Up, gang? J Perk, Alvaros, how we doing? We're just organizing the videos I wanted to watch today. What up, Savannah? Savannah boys. Um, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure I got all the games I wanna watch. So now that we had, what up, Ghost Trenton? How we doing? We had some time to reflect. What's our thoughts? How we feeling about the weekend now? Now that you guys had some time to digest, see all the posts and the videos and all that. What's our thoughts? OKC versus Spurs. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Um, I mean, both of them obviously can win. When is Jalen Williams back? That's a big one. It would definitely help if he was back. But the Spurs had the OKC's number this year, so it'd be interesting. This is probably the first series that I'm really looking forward to this year. I've been watching a lot more WNBA and obviously 1v1 basketball than NBA. But now I'm excited. Now it starts to get to the interesting games. A lot this past weekend. Dylan Harper is amazing. Yeah, they're a fun team, man. They're a fun team to watch, and it's crazy because like I remember growing up with the Spurs being like considered a dynasty. Like they were a dynasty. Duncan and Parker, Ginobili, all those guys, right? But Greg Popovich. And it just feels like I don't know, it's been a while before since I've cared about the Spurs. Even when they drafted Wemby, I'm like, I got Chris Paul, Chris Paul's retired. I don't know how this is gonna fit. I don't know if they'll ever put a team and then boom, right there. They're like right in front of your face now. Might be another dynasty with how young their team is and the way they play, the style they play. Yeah. I did want to, I mean, before we get into our videos today, I did want to debrief on that because I got a lot of comments, good and bad. I got a lot of comments about the summit video that I did. Um, some of it was good. Like I said, but a lot of people, man, it's similar to what we were talking about the other day. The one-on-one space is in a really weird, it's in a really weird space. Like, so when I talk to players, um, when I'm talking to players, I typically, you guys see my breakdowns. I'll just be like, yep, this is good, this is bad, whatever, and I move on. And typically the players are like, man, I appreciate the feedback. But the fans, there's some fans of those same players that like I'll give that same criticism and the fans will be like, what? You're just hating. No. And I'm like, hold on. You guys are taking this like way too personal. I've just been around basketball so long and I've done this for so long. I just kind of say what I see, like what my professional opinion. This is what I think. Take it or leave it. But I realize a lot of people either aren't used to hearing criticism, right or wrong, whether you agree or disagree. That's a different story. But just like they're not used to hearing criticism. So whether it's on the player's game or like the event, I try to get my analysis on the events, and not to be like it's like I'm not trying to paint a negative picture. And as I finished my video even of the TNC summit, as soon as I got off, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. There was like 3 or 4 things I forgot to talk about that I wanted to also get into. But I intentionally, when I take notes, I don't just be making up the stuff I say. Like you guys see the notes that I take. And I'm also very careful with how I present those. So I left out some other negative things that I didn't like. Like there was some personal negative things I didn't like, but I'm like, that's a bit nitpicky. But the reason I do this, when I'm coaching kids, especially, I call it a shit sandwich. Okay. If I want to tell you something, if I'm trying to give you criticism and you're a kid and I'm coaching you, let's just say you're not hustling, you're not running hard at all. I would have to give you a shit sandwich and say, so you tell them something good, you tell them something bad, and you tell them something good. So it's like, hey, great job on talking and communicating. You're doing such a good job talking, but you're not getting back on defense. You gotta hustle, but also that last three you took, really good shot. So like, if I want to get this one piece of information out, got to give them a shit sandwich. Got to give them two compliments. The interesting thing here, when I'm dealing with adults, I don't do that. I typically just tell them the piece of advice I need to give them. Hey, you're not running hard, right? And if you're dealing with professionals, typically it's like a thanks, coach, or they'll tell me where they disagree, right? They'll be like, I'm not. They'll come up with an excuse, or they'll tell me like I'm injured, or yeah, you're right. Like whatever it is, like it's just instant feedback. I'm starting to realize whenever I'm gonna have to, when I give my analysis on platforms, I'm going to have to do the shit sandwich method. Okay. Something good, something bad, something good, because there are way too many fans and way too many people that just get so offended by me just saying what I think, like, and my thoughts. So, I gave some thoughts on, I thought some of the matches felt like sparring, but that's also, like I said, it's if I'm a coach and I'm speaking to a player and I'm trying to help that player win, I would say, you gotta be more physical. You gotta be more physical, gotta be more aggressive, blah, blah, blah. But whenever I said that in the video, I got a lot of comments and people are like, I don't want to watch hacking and OTD and ball is eye for hacking. And that's why they're hard to watch and NBA players don't want to. And I'm like, oh my gosh, brother, I'm trying to give advice on how this player can win more games. I'm not trying to get into if an NBA player is going to watch this and want to come play. Like, they're not playing now. Like, who cares? When have we cared about catering to NBA players? So that's something I'm going to try to do better. When I'm talking about the players, I'm usually pretty direct, and they're usually pretty good because they either disagree or they agree, right? Some of them really appreciate the feedback. Some people don't. And I don't give them feedback. If I can tell they don't like it, I just stop watching their stuff and giving them feedback, because it's not for everybody. But I'm starting to realize it's the fans, man. It's what I said in that video. I said that video is going to come out tomorrow, I think, but we talked about it on stream. Man, people just like, you don't want to hear a negative thing at all. Like, if you hear anything negative, it is the end of the world. And like, everything has to be perfect on the things that I like, and everything has to be negative on the things that I don't like. There's no in between for some of you. Some of you can't drive a car because you wouldn't know how to go 50 miles an hour. You're like, I have to go 100 miles an hour, or I have to go 0. There's no in between. It's like, Bejan not coming back though. Yeah, he's not getting the call back after that one, or he's gonna have to write a contract before he goes in. What up, Fabricio? Katala, how you doing? Some fans like their favorite players a little too much sometimes, but it's weird because wouldn't you want them to hear the feedback? Like, that's what I initially thought. Like, I initially thought the fans would be like, yo, like, this is good that my favorite player is getting the feedback, but the players take the feedback okay. It's the fans. Like, for example, I did get feedback from a player. Cam commented on the video, because what were we talking about? I said something like, someone said, is Cam in your top 10? And I was like, no, he probably needs more games. But me saying it like that, I probably didn't research it very well, right? So Cam left a comment and was like, I've got the top 8 in games played in the entire space, but it don't have enough games, huh? And then I was like, oh, I responded. I was like, yep, I guess I'll have to look into that deeper. So usually, like, the players can fight their own battles. Like, y'all, a lot of fans think that like the players are just helpless and they can't fight for themselves. If they disagree with something, they'll typically tell me. Scar, Mr. Coach Psycho. Scar what? No, Scar's never, like, we have a lot of conversations. Honestly, the reason I don't go as aggressively at Scar when I'm breaking him down is because he's just young. He just has like a young mentality. He's also doing a lot of other things. Whereas, you know, Scoob and Zay, like street stars, some of those guys don't have another thing outside. This is their life. This is 100% like what they do professionally. So I'm not going to grade someone on the same level as someone who does this every day for multiple hours a day professionally, like as their career. And then someone who like, oh yeah, I do this, but I also do a lot of other things too. Coach Derek, how we doing? Gold, Yoru, what's up? Kids are way too emotionally connected to the platforms and players. Yeah, and I don't mind that because I think that's probably pretty normal. It's more so the platforms taking advantage of that. That's what I don't like. Like the platforms getting their fans to choose sides and rile up and fight each other. It just like it just stagnates the space so much. It just stagnates the space, and it's just like it makes me. I really was thinking, like, do you guys, and give me an honest opinion, do you guys like when I do those analysis of the events afterwards? Because I can also see how it would be super negative. I had some people arguing with me saying I was being too biased and that they like the games were elite, whatever. And if I say like watching two players shoot 20% to me isn't a good game, not saying it was a bad game. I'm not saying it's not me saying like it was a trash game, not worth watching. But what I'm saying is you think it was a good game because the score was close. But the way I evaluate basketball is typically through like a lens of efficiency or effectiveness, right? And so if someone shoots 20% and the other person shoots 20%, I'm like, okay, it probably wouldn't, you know, and not saying it was, sometimes basketball is ugly, right? Sometimes it's gross and you got to find ways to win. You got to find ways to win. And that's why I liked the Keon and Moon game. They shot a really bad percentage, but the reason I liked it is because Moon was shooting a bad percentage and he was trying to find another way to win. All right, I'm going to foul. I'm going to muck it up. And then Keon found a way to win by hitting 11 for 11 free throws. Like, that was not a good shooting performance by either of them, but it was an elite, like, winning mentality performance. So I liked that game. Whereas some of the other games weren't good shooting performances, but then it also wasn't like a winning mentality performance. It was also just like, yeah, I'm just not shooting good, so not my day. I'm like, no, there's more to it. Come on, there's more to it. Like, so I think that's what I was trying to convey. Maybe I didn't do a good job voicing that or clarifying that, but yeah, I do want us to get to this point where we have these types of conversations after events. Because for one, I want the events to see my criticisms and either like do better or be like, no, that was our intention, or we disagree. Same thing for players. Like, take what I'm saying, because I think I have a pretty good eye for detail. Take what I'm saying and either use it or don't. Like, you can disagree. So I'm just some random dude. How's the upcoming main channel video going? It's good, but I still have two big conversations. I'm not going to rush this video. I want it to be a very good video, so I'm not going to rush it. It's going well, but I have two conversations that have to happen first before that can move any further. Overprotective parents that we coach. Hey, that's a great that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, you're exactly right, Coach Derek. If we say fuck resume and just go off skill and eye test, who would be your top 5? I don't do that. I don't do that slap shot because, again, I think the resume does tell part of the story. Like, I don't, if you've ever evaluated talent at an elite level, you don't really just rely on, like the eye test is just not a real thing. Your eyes will lie. It's the same reason when you go to court, you can't be like, I saw a flying saucer. And they're like, oh, must have been true. Eyewitness testimony is like the least reliable thing to use. So same thing when you're evaluating talent, you can't just be like eye test. you have to have a proven history of using your eye test to get so many things right to where eventually maybe one day people are like, all right, we listened to this guy talk about eye test, but no one else. Eye test is just not a good measurement. Do I think Cam's the fastest play? It's tough to tell. I'd have to see in person because I don't think the camera doesn't do speed justice. Same thing with Zay. Like, Zay doesn't look as fast on camera, but when you watch him in person, he's extremely fast. So I'm sure whatever Cam looks like on camera, I'm sure he looks faster in person. You ever watch the Rob and Moon versus Nas and Nitty? I don't think I have. The fans are gonna be fans. You find the cult following fans in all sports for sure. I was just asking if do you guys like the analysis and the talk? Because if there's some benefit coming from it, I'll keep doing it. But if it's only creating toxicity and everyone's getting mad, it's like, well, what's the point? Who's my favorite ball is life player? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Like the analysis, just wear a TNC hood. They got to send me one. I don't own one piece of TNC merchandise. The only piece of 1v1 merchandise I've ever bought was Scoob. It was the Uncle Scoob logo. And I felt like the Black Ghost logo. I feel like I had to, because I was so negative, not negative, but I was so critical. I was so critical of Scoob early on. He was the one that kind of introduced me to the one-on-one scene, watching like 3 of his videos. And I was so critical of him to where now I'm like, all right, I'll buy a shirt. I'll buy a shirt. Am I seeing Cam's 1v25 today? We can watch it. Maybe. I haven't watched many of those Frigga content videos, because every time I line it up to get ready to watch, everyone's like, oh, it's not, no, coach, like it's not that good. So maybe I just need to watch one for myself. I think that's needed in this space, to be honest. More guys criticizing, point out pros and cons of players. So that's where I'm kind of caught, Jay Perkins, because some people like the criticism, and I feel like it brings a little bit more professionalism. And like, this is what I do this is what I did for a living professionally. So I feel like it helps the people that want to win, or when it becomes about winning at all costs. But I saw so much feedback and so many people talking about like, winning isn't the only thing that matters. We're trying to put on a good product, or sometimes it's about putting on a show. And I'm like, well, shoot, I can't help you there. I can't help you there. I can help you win. I don't know how to help you there. Did you already react to Quincy from Oklahoma? I did not. Who's that? I appreciate the analysis and agree. Watching these dudes play inefficiently is excruciating. Do you think a small guard have to shoot in one motion or two? It depends. It's up to you. Everyone's different. TJ McConnell kind of has a 2-motion shot, like way above his head. And then you get like guys like Damian Lillard who have the 1-motion shot. It mainly depends where you're shooting from. Love the title of that last video. Just get the bias allegations out of the way. Coleman ducking smoke. It's just a little tougher to get some conversations. Coach, the biased one mid-range. Well, because I knew everyone was going to say it regardless, right? So I think that's what I'm going to be titling all of my, when I do breakdowns of events, I'm just going to call it my biased opinion. That's a new series we're starting. Do you think Lamar Peters is one of the best dribblers in the world? I mean, he's very good. Out of what? Out of like 1 million people, or out of like 20 people? You like the analysis? Okay. 20 if a 20-year-old wants to go pro, didn't make it to varsity but was exposed to a good environment and learned the fundamentals of basketball, do you think you can go pro? People ask me this question all the time. Yes, it's never too late. Being a professional is typically, just like I say about the NBA, it's about situation. It's about a little bit of luck. It's about, like, obviously hard work, resilience. Like, you're going to get told no 1,000 times. You just need one yes. So I've seen this happen so many times where people are very inexperienced and become pros. Like, there's no one size fits all. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. Everyone can do it, but not anybody can. Anybody can do it, but not everyone will. I don't know, something like that. What's going on with the new? Well, we got to catch up with some of the battlegrounds. We got to catch up. I got 3 videos to watch. What up, Drew? How we doing? You like the post-event breakdowns? I feel like my community, this is probably the wrong people to ask, because I feel like my community likes them, but there is a large group of, we're actually going to talk about with this first video we watched, but there is a large people, I don't want to state this. So kind of like with the sports media breakdown we've been doing over the past couple weeks, there is so many people in the world that are just used to that type of analysis that's all they ever listen to. So when they finally listen to somebody who like doesn't just say the same stuff they've been hearing or says the opposite of what they've been hearing, it's not necessarily that, oh, you're making this one small critique of this player. Okay, that's fair. They just hear like you're saying something negative about my favorite player, Yeah, you must hate everything about me, and this guy must be lying. The whole universe is not real, and we're living in a simulation. I think it just like their whole brain rots, and because um, they've never heard like contentious, not arguments, but just disagreements, just people with a different perspective. Nas internet beef video today, maybe Sammy, maybe. I've got a bunch of other videos to catch up on. Chuck 1v1, that was another one I saw that I kind of want to watch. I mean, bias is a human thing. You can never be fully 100. But again, when people use the word bias, it's such a reductive descriptor, right? Like, who cares? Like, yes, everything can have some bias in it, but it's just like, what do you actually say? Just give me the argument. Someone said one of the arguments. Somebody said in my comment section, they were like, "Hey, coach, you contradict yourself a lot." That was the end. That was the end. So I had to reply and be like, "Hey, I appreciate that. Can you let me know how I contradict myself?" Crickets. Crickets. Like, so people will say you're biased. Okay, can you tell me how? And you want to know what the number one thing is that people say when they say that I'm biased? Well, you work for OTD. I'm like, all right, hold on. No, I sometimes work for some events at OTD, right? But I'm not contracted to OTD. I don't get paid to spread OTD propaganda. Like I know them just as much as I know Ball is Life. I've never done a TNC event, but just because I do some events there, like I'd love to do TNC events. I would love to do Ball is Life events. But they'll be like, well, you're biased because of that. And I'm like, no, what I meant to say was like, can you tell me what I said that's biased? And then crickets. So I've been getting pretty exhausted, not gonna lie, trying to lift the trying to lift the intelligence level, not intelligence level, but just lift the level of conversation, I guess, that we have in the one-on-one space. And I just feel like I'm punching a brick wall. We're not going anywhere. To an extent with the eye test take, if you throw Nas into a random rec gym somewhere, you couldn't see he's the best player on the floor. So Jay Perkins, that's a perfect example. That is a perfect example. So people will see, people will look at Wemby compared to everyone else around him and be like, I think that's the best prospect in the gym. And then that audience goes wild and everyone's cheering. And it's like, yeah, so I must be really good at evaluating talent. And it's like, well, no. I mean, everyone thinks Wemby's the best player. Like, look at him. He's 8'13", and he can shoot, he can dribble, he's an elite defender, he can do all these things, and he's really young. Everyone would say that. So to me, like, does the eye test really tell you much? Or is it just the eye test can tell you the obvious answer? But if the answer isn't obvious, unfortunately, people will still use the eye test to give them information, and it doesn't. So who's better? Eye test, LP or Zay? Eye test, who's better? Everyone. And everyone, even when they were talking about the 5v5s in OTD, they were saying how much LP was just so much better than everyone else. But when I watched those 5v5 games, Zay was like the engine. Zay was, even though he wasn't hitting step backs, wasn't doing all, he was actually getting 2 feet in the key, making the offense move. So people, when it comes to selecting two players that are similar, the eye test does, like, it'll lead you down the wrong path more often than not. You got to be looking at other things. All publicity is good publicity. Not when you're me and you need some rest. Remember when Bielis talked with Davo? Davo called him biased before they squashed their issues. Bielis lost it and started something totally different. Good thing he took accountability after. Well, hopefully, Chris Philly, I'm not gonna, you guys calling me biased, I'm not gonna rage. Hopefully, give me a couple more weeks. Still got to watch the MacMan 1v1. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. After discussing it with my lady against her will, we found it just a demographic thing. TNC has a certain demographic, and OTD Ball is Life has a certain demographic. Most likely, but you could be right. But the fact that we're all here watching 1v1, I'm like, man, it seems like we have way more in common than we don't. But the literacy level, you have a wide array of fans. You're biased for OTD, and at the same time, you're on the elitist TNC payroll. Yeah, I'm double biased. I feel like TNC is a younger fan base. The people that say you are biased are the types that don't know how to control their own bias, so they project. Well, that's another lesson. So if there's a lesson that I can teach all of you, just with life in general, not just the internet space, but life in general, and I had to learn this myself, didn't learn it till I was like 23, 24. So this is free information, free bonus gift from Mr. Coach Midrange. Typically when someone says something about you, you point a finger, there's three pointing back at you, you know, that old saying. It's typically, that's something I found to be far more true in life. So always try to think when someone points out a characteristic in you, it's likely because they see it in themselves first. So they just assume everyone operates that way. So you're being biased. It's like, well, hold on. You didn't say I was biased. It happened the other day in stream. Remember when I said, I said something where I was like, OTD, Ball is Life, and TNC all need to. I said something like that. All three of these platforms need to. And I can't remember what I said after, but someone jumped in the comments and was like, what? TNC doesn't have to do this and blah, 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 blah. And all they heard was me talk about TNC. But I literally said all three platforms. This is something they all need to improve on. And all they heard was TNC. You're being biased. TNC. And I'm like, hold on. Whoa. You missed the point. You missed it. You missed the point. You know, I don't fully agree with everything all the time. Sensible people will understand people have different takes and opinions, and free engagement from the haters. Embrace the disdain. You're one of those toxic people, Cam. You and Cell, you embrace the toxicity. Off the eye test, I got myself over Tim Duncan for real. Probably LP. That's what I'm saying. The eye test will tell you LP's better. How did Zay beat him? Not a great dribbler. Any tips? I've got a bunch of videos on that over on my main channel. Same thing with Darius Acuff. He's a fan favorite of his play style, but still lower level. Yeah. AJ Demanstia, just on paper, is probably the best prospect. On paper. But, you know, there might be some guy somewhere that sees something in Darius Acuff and how it fits with their system better. That might be the guru that is really good at picking talent. But everyone, for whatever reason, thinks they're that guru. I've told you guys that I'm going to do a video on this. I'll do a video on this because this comes up a lot. But there was a statistic, I can't remember, but when I was doing a coaching clinic for the Australian national team, did this clinic. And because what we do to help the national team is we scout players and we have to evaluate talent. So they give us all these statistics. They tell us what to look for. They tell us what their curriculum is, because what everyone thinks is when they're scouting players is I have this special eye for talent and I can tell. And they were saying, do not do that because it's like 12% of the time. So 12% of the time, do we correctly predict elite level talent, meaning a player that will end up Division I or whatever over their peers. It's only like 12% of the time that the eye test that people typically get that correct. We're very poor judges of potential. Yeah, we're gonna watch NOLA, Philly, and there's two more. Best game to get your brother into YouTube 1v1. Probably like a Nas. Well, probably Zay and Rob. Scoob and probably Summer Jam. That Summer Jam was probably one of the best ones last year. Projection, absolutely. Okay, we're not going to get political in here. That never goes with. Actually, yeah, that's something that always goes well on the internet, right? Talking about politics. Every accusation is a confession. That's marriage advice right there, bro. If TNC sends some merch, maybe things will change. Yeah, if we get a hat, we get a TNC hat. Fuck OTD. Oh yeah, Kel versus Scoob. That's one of the games that got me into the space. Watching Kel versus Scoob when it was just getting like super toxic. This community space will stress you the hell out. Keep your mental strong. I appreciate you. But I mean, as a player, I think it's tough. It's got to be tougher for the players, right? What do you think? Scoob versus Eugene? Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one. Sounds like a job profile. Yeah, we're gonna watch Bejan versus Day Day today too. So that's one of them that I think with the B. Ellis and Will Tune in one, I think you have to understand the history leading up to it. I think some of those other games stand on their own. I watched. Everyone was telling me to watch B. Ellis Will Tune in. I should have probably watched other games first to understand the build up to the game. So some of those games we like as a community because we understand the build up. But for like a new person coming into the space, some of the games like, and the only reason I know this is because we were trying to do that top 10 games list. And I started recognizing that some of the games that I used to think were the best games have changed for me now that I know more of the history. So that's something to consider. Can we see now the video? Please skip intro. I posted one this morning. You can go watch that. How do you guard the bump? Watch that Marcus Smart video we did. First live, welcome in. I'm doing good. How are you? Which do you think is going to grow more over the next decade, 1v1 or 3v3? 1v1. 1v1 because 3-on-3 is already in the Olympics. I think the 3v3 has a ceiling on it because the best 3-on-3 like Ball is Life style teams won't beat any of the 3x3 teams. It's a different sport. And one of them's already in the Olympics. So if you ever want to play the highest level of 3v3, you would need to play FIBA 3x3. It's almost you're setting yourself up to be a second best 3-on-3 league, you know. So you might as well play with their rules. So unless this turns into FIBA 3x3, which I don't think it will because it's a completely different vibe and environment, I would say 1v1 will definitely be the one that outpaces Wall Up. That's why Dev's so good. Every game got a trailer too built up. Weight room. Did Coach listen to Iceman? No, I still haven't. Started watching the park runs and just floated in 1v1. Played with Tay in an open run. Saw how good he was and just kept up ever since. Went to TNC's New Jersey. Oh, that Jersey one was good. That one was really good. That was like when my channel took off too. Did I ever get to the TNC finale game? Which one was that? What game is that? Please skip intro. Just killed me. Malik and Rob put on a show. Kendrick or Drake? I'm just like, you guys are going to learn. I'm very boring. First of all, Leonid, I'll get to that. Thank you for the $20 of Roblox. Typically with most takes that I have in life, I'm pretty boring. I don't have a favorite thing. I don't get attached to things. And I think this came from like moving around a lot as a kid, going to a bunch of different schools. But even as I got older, like I'm traveling to different countries, playing basketball all over the place. I'm coaching different teams. I just got used to just like not being so attached to like a thing. So like I don't have a favorite team. I don't have a favorite player. I just don't have favorites. TNC has more fans because they popularized 1v1, not to mention that TNC replaced Ballers Life East Coast Squad. East Coast Squad was the most viral team on YouTube, not to mention the addition of Devontae Friga. TNC demographic is pretty mixed. Fair enough. OTD Elite and TNC Summit changes nothing. They're just going to be fighting over games now and whoever. Well, unfortunately, you're kind of right there. So I've got a video coming out tomorrow that kind of talks about this, but y'all remember on stream we talked about Court's post, and then we talked about the TNC post leading off of that about the Kel game. And man, leading up to the days prior to that, I was like, wow, with TNC Summit, with OTD Elite, like we're going to start seeing more crossovers. And then after that post and the two posts, I was like, oh, absolutely not. this is just going to take us, what was it, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, however you want to look at it. Like, I think this is going to be more toxic before it gets better, unfortunately. But, I mean, one-on-one will be fine. One-on-one space will be fine. It's just going to take a little bit longer than expected. It's Robux, not Roblox. My bad. Guess I need to play more Roblox. 3v3 game we couldn't get to because you had to take care of your dogs. I don't remember which game that was. Please, Kendrick. Baller's life is bigger to the world, but not 1v1. Yeah, and the 1v1 space is still very young. Has to be a large crossover in their audiences. Well, I also feel like there's a slight difference in the audiences because with Frigga's audience, it's highly content oriented with like some basketball crossover. It's like content first with basketball as the background, whereas OTD, like it's just basketball. Like there's no you don't get into OTD by watching content, right? Ball is life, like we always talk about, they're kind of a little bit of everything. They kind of just do a mixture of everything. So I think that's where the different demographics come from. There's like a style that TNC has that's like content viewer friendly, whereas OTD is just like, if you like grimy hoops, here you go. From LA, so there is no question. Kendrick all day, every day. I feel like I've said this a lot. Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, they're like just so different. They're so different that like you can enjoy them all for their own reasons. I always said that I thought Drake was like the best performer. What I mean by that is like he can just jump into any genre and do pretty well. But for like the raw industry, fighting against the industry and that sort of stuff, it's obviously Kendrick. J. Cole just somewhere in between. He'd chill. Philly versus Nola. Yeah, we're gonna watch about 3 of those today. Toxicity sells tickets and owners have figured that out. See, Darian, I don't know if that's quite the case. I think there's definitely a part of that. I think there's a part of that for sure, but I don't think that's the main driver in those controversies. I don't think it is, and I don't want to speak on what I think it is, but I don't believe that's the main issue. Who do you think getting that Keon Scoob game? I'd be really surprised. I have no inside information, so anything I ever say is speculation. I don't know if I could ever see Scoob playing on the Summit, because I feel like that's like a pay-per-view, because the Summit is not pay-per-view, right? And I feel like that's a pay-per-view style matchup. Nas or Archie? Check up. Check up. T-Max 1v1 League? Yeah, OBL. Well, I think they just played over the weekend. I think they just played, right? More players are going to be pressured to sign to a platform. I do think that's going to happen. I think that's definitely going to happen over the next couple months. A lot of players signing contracts. Drake's better. 1v1s aren't going anywhere. Kind of have a point. Found OTD through TNC algorithm. Been locked ever since. Please stop talking about Kendrick and Drake. No, let's talk more. Let's talk more about it. Rob was just live saying that people need to chill on him not playing, that he's hurt. That's fair. I mean, I got nothing to say on that. Again, like I said, my criticisms are rarely ever going to be about the players. I'll criticize like what I see on the court, but off the court, I typically I look at all of them as like young guys trying to figure it out. So I don't really have an opinion on that. I do believe he's hurt, and I believe there's probably a lot of politics and craziness going on at the moment. So it's easy to point at like players. It's easy to point at like one specific person, but I think the space is in such shambles. It's in shambles at the moment. There's no organization. There's no leadership. So I'm never going to point at one person or one whatever being the problem. I feel like Summit is pay-per-view because I paid to view it. Well, again, that's where that was another critique that people got really upset with. If I So I said that the pay-per-view, the summit, it's either a 6 or a 9. I think it's like either a decent event or it's a really good event, depending on what happens afterwards. And people got really upset with that. You're calling it a 6? I'm like, freaking chill, bro. If it is a pay-per-view where this is going to happen every 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks, or even if it's just slightly more frequent as a pay-per-view, and we don't get pay-per-views, this is their new pay-per-view format, I think it's a 6. All right, because that means we're just not getting those real big build-up type matchups in a pay-per-view setting. But if this is like a live event that they're doing often and they do pay-per-views on top of it, then then we will have to find a different kind of category for it. But OTD Elite is similar, right? It's not a real pay-per-view. It's more of a live event. But as a fan, and I made this criticism that as a fan, it all feels the same. As a fan, I'm like, OTD Elite is a pay-per-view. It might as well be a pay-per-view. Ball is Life, North Carolina, pay-per-view. The Summit, TNC, pay-per-view. Like, as a fan, if I'm paying money for it, like, it just feels like a pay-per-view. Y'all can tell me it's called something else, but it feels like a pay-per-view. Platform can't choose toxicity. It forms naturally in any competitive sport or game. Yeah, and there's a little bit of cultivation of, that's why I said the leadership from top down has to be better. And that's not even on one part. That's one thing I'm trying to inject into the space. Like, just some form of, like, at least there should be like a group of people that don't want to deal with the toxicity. Then if you do want to, you can go over here. At least trying to give like another avenue. Bejan or Rob? Again, checkup. I don't know. Both pretty elite. Summit was a solid 6.75. They just got to come up with a term for pay-per-views versus live streamed events, or just start doing the title games or belt games. You called it a 6. You're an idiot, coach. Rob versus Bejan would be great. That would be great viewing. Rob said he might become disloyal to TNC. That would hurt the brand. Why did he say that? Or I think Scotty is frustrated with being blamed the bad guy that his own players might strike against him for lack of support. And again, these are all, I'm assuming, hypotheticals, because, like, again, the way my brain works, I always try to look at, like, okay, worst case scenario in a situation or best case scenario. That's why you hear me say stuff like that a lot. Oh, it's a 6 or 9, depending on what you value. I could definitely see a situation where, like, TNC is getting blamed because Rob isn't playing, and Rob's being an asshole and just refusing to play games, and everyone else is taking the blame, and now they're upset. Or I could see another flip side of that where Rob is like, I want to play some games. They're not giving me games. And also I think I'm worth more money and they're not willing to pay that money, so I'm not going to play. And now I'm getting all the blame for it. Like, I can see both worlds. And I say this, you guys probably hear me say this once a stream. There's 3 sides to every story: his, hers, and the truth. So sometimes there's no bad guy, and it's just miscommunication on both ends. Sometimes someone is being a nefarious actor and they're intentionally being the bad guy. But more often than not, it's just like incompetence or miscommunication, right? Again, that's kind of what I'm trying to change in the space. Everyone just assumes the worst possible, like, it's malice. Every time OTD does something, it's because Davo's an asshole and he's doing it on purpose. Or every time TNC, most times it's just like someone messed up. Emphasize the money players are playing for. I think that's good, but I also think fans have to understand, this is something that I've been championing pretty strong, and I'm going to stand firm on. Players should be paid, and it shouldn't just be a prize pot. I think an extra 5K or an extra 2K or an extra whatever is great, but players should be paid. Because you're not just paying them until you guys can understand this, or until the platform can understand this. Players aren't going to be satisfied. You're not paying a player to show up and play for 30 minutes. You're paying a player to train and be prepared for like a month to play that game, right? So you're paying them up to that point. You're not paying them just so they're working at their full-time job and then they show up and happen to be really good at basketball on this weekend and then they go back to their full-time job. Like, you're not going to get a good product, as good of a product as you could. They can find their niche with it, get the hot up and coming guys on the summit, exposure goes up. So that's what I thought was going to happen, Ronan. But after this past weekend, I don't know if I thought that was going to be what happened. I don't know if that's the case now. That's fair, Castro. Rob did indeed say this on live that he's going to start being disloyal to TNC. Did I see when Cam put the belt around Scotty? Yeah, I did. But I'm not the biggest fan of Rob versus Bejan. Rob just too much for him. I don't know. I think it'd be I just think it'd be a fun game to watch, regardless of outcome. Y'all gonna be the reason Keon gets cooked by Scoob. Hasn't been. Bye, coach. See you later. Thanks for being here. What do you think of the aesthetic of the summit production wise? Again, I looked at this of two ways. As just if I want to be as critical as possible, I didn't like that it was as dark as it was, and the shadows really threw me off. And the lights, I don't like seeing the lights. And I called that out. Same thing, that Ball is Life event. I don't like seeing the lights. But I prefer that over just keeping it the same gym than what they had before. So I can be super critical, but also I'm glad they tried something different. And you never know if something's going to work or not work until you try it. So I'm glad they did something different. It just shows that, like, oh, you just tweak some things in the future. You tweak this next time, or you change this next time. So it wasn't a big negative for me. I think Summit should be free as a way to build pay-per-views, and it should be done monthly. Yeah, I still think the system has to get figured out a little bit more. PG for life, what up? I'm going to watch the game regardless, though. Honestly, I give Summits a 10. It's like the in-season tournament of the NBA. All games are 50-50, and where city events are 80-20. A 10. Okay. I haven't heard anyone give it a 10 yet, but that's fair. Do you think that was the best live event / pay-per-view you've ever watched? Am I wrong to still feel like Summit is still the same stuff, different toilet? That's what I'm saying. Look, those two comments are back to back. Those two comments are back to back. I give it a 10. Am I wrong, or is it just the same thing with a different name? That's the duality of the 1v1 fan, right? Rob vs. Bejan is a fun game where Bejan gets whooped for the fans' wrongdoings. Damn. It's aggressive. I like the aesthetic. It gave it a cool vibe. I guess I'd probably look at things more from like a player perspective, though, too. I want to see how good Bejan is and see him in more games. For sure. I mean, he's just won 7 straight, right? So it'd be good to see him. Why not? Why not see him play, Rob? I thought the lighting was good. Everything looked crisp. Like a cheaper pay-per-view, unless they have outside income that isn't YouTube hoops. After he gets his feet under him in the space, I want to see a full game between him and Rob. I mean, he's got half the amount of games Rob has now. So does he need like 4 more before that would like line up? I would like to see Keon versus Cam. Winner of that game, go get belted by Uncle Scoob. See, I feel like I would rather see Cam versus Scoob and Keon versus like a Rob. I mean, he just beat Moon. I'd like to see him versus Rob or DA or something. Like, I'd like to see Keon either get a chance at number 1 on TNC or be number 1 on TNC before, like, all right, I did what I had to do here. Now I'm crossing over to the other side. It was dark. The sport is moving professional, treat the play. And so that's why I think the platforms are slightly different. I think some platforms are going the professional player route, and I think some are still like really good player that does content route. And I don't think either is wrong. I just think they're different. And that's why I see it having a hard time coming together until the platforms finally decide, like, what is 1v1 basketball? Is it professional one-on-one, or is it still content? And if you look at a lot of the comments I received in that last video, so many people were like, we're trying to bring in new fans. We're trying to bring in NBA fans. We're trying to bring in casual fans. And I was like, I look at this way different. I see where the problem is. I look at this way different. I just look at like winning and professional and looking at it as the one-on-one sport. So I think that still has to get figured out. I didn't like the aesthetic. Although it's first one, I prefer the city event types with the crowd and everything. I do think that Baltimore crowd was insane. That especially that Greg and Kale game. Disagree about your opinion. The prize money, then players have less incentives to win if they're going to get paid good money to win or lose. So that is a fair comment to make. But again, I just don't know any professional. What professional environment do you only get paid if you win? Like, I think that's insane. I think again, as a fan, it sounds good, but you're not going to get like why would Trey Croft ever come back from overseas if he knows overseas you're going to get paid monthly? Why would I come back and play a one-on-one where if I lose I don't get paid? Like, why would that be the case? And again, I can understand your viewpoint of thinking that paying players a prize money is going to make them more incentivized to win, but I don't know if you've ever been in an elite competitive environment where players will compete they don't need money to compete, right? Like they don't need, if you're in an elite competitive environment, you don't motivate people by saying, I'll give you this dollar if you win. That works for kids. If you go get 10 rebounds, I'll give you $20. That works for kids. At an elite competitive environment, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. The winning has to mean something. The winning, the championship, the notoriety, the win has to mean something. So if you have to convince people by giving them extra money, you're leading it down a different path. Whereas if you pay someone full time because you know the effort you'll get every time is professional, I think that's a better route. This was supposed to be TNC 04. They just switched up some players. Scotty did say after this first one they were going to have some games be up and coming guys and then have one or two big games in it. This was just a test, basically. TNC set expectations very high, so they can't miss at all. Okay. Think it has to be professional when we win. Okay. I think the players getting paid well means they can focus on getting better full time. Yeah, that's what it should be. Trust someone like Scoob, Nas, Zay getting paid because I know how serious they take it for sure. What up, DC? The NBA Cup, yeah, the NBA Cup where the championship, the best team never wins, should be a bonus for winning. That's what I said, right? I think if I'm okay with, let's just say someone's appearance fee was $20,000. Why not just make it $18,000 for both players, and then that extra $4,000 goes into the prize pot? I think that's a better way to do it. It's because most people correlate 1v1 to fighting style sport. Yeah, a lot of people do that. In MMA, Francis Ngannou got paid $1 million and he won. The opponent got $100K for a loss. Yeah, and the fight. And how many world class athletes choose MMA, right? The winner gets a bigger portion. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Results based. So again, I'm okay with getting a bonus. I'm okay with getting more money if you win. But the argument I typically see is the one we saw earlier. Players should only get paid if they win. It's not sustainable. Again, I understand why you would think that. It's not sustainable. It like people wouldn't, they would just go overseas. I think if they lose, they just get paid less than the winner rather than not get paid at all. It's not saying it should be like that, but seen Rob do it too much. We have to just do quick, just an excuse not to pay players. That's how I feel. Again, it would be different if there was no money in this space. Ronan, thank you for the $5. I mentioned the audience, but I see the ones in its growth phase. Winning should still be important. Yeah, winning 100% should be, but it is important because the better your record and the better you are at winning, the better pay-per-view matchup you get. And the higher you are in the pay-per-view card, the more money you make. So there's incentive to do better. There's incentive to win, but it's not as huge of a risk to step in and be like, well, if I lose 2 games in a row, that's a month. That's like a month or 2 months where I didn't really make any money. Like, I can't keep doing this. Pay-per-view, more appearance fee, season pay, more pot logistics may help TNC. Again, do you think so let's just look at what's happening right now. So TNC typically does, you don't get paid as much for a season, but then if you win more games as a team, your team ends up taking home more money, right? So let's look at the TNC seasons versus OTD or Ball is Life. What games do players play harder to try and win typically? Like, where do we see more competitiveness and more like grit and fight for getting a win? Put 20% of everyone's appearance fee in the pot as a bonus. I like that idea. I like that idea. I think ones does carry a lot of characteristics of fighting sports. Singular player, selling matchups with personality. Yeah, but I mean, tennis, that's the same thing with tennis, right? That's the same thing with golf. That's the same thing with any sport. But the difference with everyone thinks that I don't know why everyone compares it so much to UFC. There's a huge barrier to entry for UFC. I can't just go put on a UFC tournament or a UFC fight. Like, the amount of insurance and just clearances and just the amount of city planning and all that stuff I would need to do just to set up one fight, and the preparation, and then people that fight can't fight another fight the same day or the next day. They can't go into 3v3s and 2v2s. Like, it's just it's such a specific niche. Whereas with one-on-one, like, I can just go film with a camera. I can just go do that now. It's completely different. There are similarities, but I think it's far more different than it is similar. Only platform that offers salary is TNC, as far as I know, and they were not allowed to play on other platforms, but they were getting bashed for having people under contracts. I'm not going to get into the whole contract thing because we spoke about this the other day, and I've got a video kind of coming out on it. But that whole narrative of like it's bad when TNC does it, but now everyone's doing it is just I don't want to get into that. But everyone has contracts now. All of the 3 big platforms do contracts now. We see more competitiveness in the pay-per-views, Summer Jam, Judgment Day. So much money in the space. I just think the money has been going to production too much. But now with the gym, TNC should be able to compete with those prices. So maybe. Pretty sure Cam and Day are under contracts. Yeah, I think there's a few. There should be 5 probably. There's probably 5 or so players that are signed on every platform. Yeah, I would say tennis is far more similar to 1v1. You can do it, coach. I believe in your MMA empire abilities. Basketball and boxing are more popular than tennis and golf. You're mixing both. Basketball and boxing. Basketball is more popular than all of those. Boxing is more popular than tennis and golf? Really? Are there stats for this? Or I would be surprised if boxing was more popular than tennis. I'd be really surprised by that. Kids, the amount of, especially with the amount of kids that are involved with tennis compared to boxing, and tennis is like very worldwide. Should inactive players get a pay cut? What? If they're inactive, they're probably not getting paid. Should they get less than 0? Should they have to pay you? Can we censor TNC in your chat at this point? No, I like having the conversations. They got to happen somewhere. I'd rather them happen here than in a like echo chambers, you know. They should add bonuses and incentives for making score predictions and actually hitting it, like Scar said, 30-12. I don't mind that. I think that'd be cool. That'd be a cool thing to like add. Maybe not in a pay-per-view, but in like the season settings especially. That would be dope. Tennis is probably more popular than all. I do think basketball. I think basketball is more popular. We'd have to look at a statistic. Obviously, soccer is going to be number one, cricket, then basketball, hockey, and then tennis, and then volleyball. So this is what I mean. A lot of times people say things because it sounds right, but I mean overall, football, soccer has 4 billion fans, cricket 2.5 billion, and then basketball 2.4, so just under cricket. But basketball is the fastest growing sport, I believe. But then you got hockey, 2 billion. Field and they combine field hockey and ice hockey. 2 billion fans. Then tennis, 1 billion. Then volleyball, 900 million. I equate popularity to the type of money you receive with being professional. I think it's like boxing in the sense it's mano a mano, big matchup storylines. Again, tennis. I mean, the lead ups, you mean? I get what you're saying. I agree with that. I don't disagree with that part of boxing. Is it similar? But I don't think in any other way is it similar. You'll never see a tennis match in a football arena. You do with boxing. Oh, what? I don't think that. Just so you're saying. Actually, hold on. I understand what you're saying, Ronan. You're actually just saying boxing is more of a spectacle. Like it's more of a spectacle. It's more of a fireworks and big jumbotrons and selling popcorn and all, right? Like it's more of a spectacle, but it doesn't mean it's more popular. Never seen kids play tennis. I don't think they choose to do it themselves. I think a family member do. What? Oh my gosh. Are y'all all American? Y'all got to get out of America, okay? We got to get out. Got to get you guys out. Got to get y'all cultured. I feel like TNC seasons have been less exciting. Cricket has India though. And we're not going to start moving the goalposts now, guys. We're not going to start moving the goalposts. I know UFC has fight of the night. Best KO bonus would be cool if fans could vote on the best game. I think that would be dope. Who said that earlier? Was that King P? Yeah, King P and Peter Toots. I agree with both of you. I think that would be a cool thing to add in. It's not called soccer, it's football. Well, I had to say that for my American audience, okay? If I say football, they'll be like, "What? Yeah, we knew America football." 4v4 soccer league. Is that futsal? They already have that, right? Volleyball is fire. Yeah, volleyball is when you get into it, but also volleyball has multiple different ways to play, like sand, 2v2, 3v3 stuff. Bid on the score predictions like you bid on spades. Well, I mean, y'all can, I guess they kind of already have that with like prize picks, and they would just need to incorporate it into. See, I think so. Now that I'm thinking this through, I think there's a very good reason why they don't do that is because they're already sponsored by Prize Picks. They're already sponsored by DraftKings and Kalshi. I don't think the players should be trying for specific scores or specific whatevers. Does that make sense? Let's say Bejan was playing Day and Bijan's about to win, and Day knew that if he scored 5 more points, he would get $10,000. Bejan might be like, "Oh, all right, I'm about to beat you. I'll just let you score a couple and we'll split it." I think that's why. All right, now that I'm thinking this through a little bit, there's some of that won't work. So, game of the night, I think, whichever one of you brought that up would be a great idea. Game of the night, and maybe most dominating performance or something like that. But yeah, kids do play tennis, but not many. No, I was reading a chat. I was reading a chat. I see tons of kids playing tennis. Way more. So, guys, you got to remember, you need to think about the rest of the world too. Football is a high barrier sport. Like a lot of parents do not want their kids playing a contact sport. So a lot of them have them do tennis, have them play other stuff. There's a huge tennis community. I don't have any malice towards tennis. Who's the cricket goat? Yeah, boxing is another one. Boxing has a huge barrier to entry. There's not a lot of kids doing boxing. This is what's wrong with the internet. People get proven wrong and still argue. Hey, CJ, I'm telling you, this is what I do all day, every day. I just try to sort out the facts, and and then people still disagree with me. I know tons of kids who play tennis and golf because they love it. Both of those sports are expensive. So that's the barrier to golf and tennis is typically expenses. But honestly, it costs nowadays. That barrier is all over. We just watched a video on that, right? For youth sports, it costs to do anything now. Coach look like a volleyball player. Not gonna. I'll take that. In my prime, who would I want to play? I say this all the time. I would want to play someone like a Nas or a Zay. I mean, they're number one and number two right now, just to know where I'm at. And I think physically, like when you get into a game with a Nas or a Zay, you know straight away, like I'm just not conditioned enough to do this. I will just can't do this. There's a barrier that I just will never be able to to pass. Whereas I think there's some other players that you play and you might get a false sense of security. Like I feel like Rob would be my worst matchup. Rob and LP, just because they're a bit like just shooting and quick on the perimeter. They'd be like my worst matchup. But I can see a world where I could beat them though, right? Where Rob has an off day, like when he lost to DA. It's like, man, if I win that game, I'd be thinking I was on top of the world. I'm the best player ever. Whereas I feel like you don't get that opportunity with Nas and Zay. I feel like that's a really win or lose. When you play against Nas or Zay, you know where you're at as a player. I feel like you know where you're at. So I think I'd like to play them just to know, like, yep, I'm a 3 out of 10 or I'm a 2 out of 10. That Rob live was just crazy. Well, maybe does anyone have it? Maybe we'll check it on 1v1 highlights or something. 1v1 highlights has to have it. We'll cover it if you guys can find the video for me. They typically, it's usually over on Twitch. So can someone check on Twitch? There's a 1v1 highlights channel, and usually their recording goes straight on Twitch. So if someone can find it, I'll watch it. Would you ever consider watch parties like Game 7s? Yeah, for sure. For sure. I might try and do that. This year. 1v1 hoops was there. Dominant performances is a better way to put it. Yeah, I think there's you guys definitely are on to something. You guys are definitely on to something. We just have to think through it a little bit more, but I think that'd be a great idea. Why are you being biased for tennis right now? Facts. Oh, it's only the last 4 minutes. Well, that's garbage. Are the OTD a belt? I've spoken about the belts quite a bit. I think there's more that needs to. I think those need to be planned out better and followed through with. Is the last 4 minutes good? It would have to be a blind score prediction. The more you win by, the more. I think something like that. Something like. It would have to impact both players. Like the more that I win by, the more of the prize pot I get or something. It would have to be something that would impact both players so that we're both competing to not let that thing happen. That's the only way to keep it. So I don't know how many types of things you could have do that, but Rob going to OTD. Well, so didn't we say this the other day? Because Scotty and Frigga said that Moon is number one on TNC. So I figured there was probably something there, but I don't like insinuating things without having more information. Ben saying Scotty as owner is burning them down. Let Frigga rock out by himself. Just wait for the 1v1 clip. I live in the inner city, so I'm speaking on my perspective. Tennis and golf usually need to have some kind of money. Yeah, but Ronan, that's the thing. We just watched a video last week, and it showed like all the sports are getting to that point where capitalism is kind of stepping in, and it costs. So unless you're like elite at the sport already, it's going to cost you a lot of money to participate. And if you look, is it something like 95% of athletes? Maybe this was in Europe. Man, where did I see this stat? Oh my gosh. I need to start just keeping a notebook of all these random stats. It's something like 95% of elite athletes. I can't remember if this was Europe or if this was soccer specifically or whatever. 95% of them attended private club football. Yeah, so I think it was soccer. So 95% of them or 97% of them attended like elite private academies. So it's like that barrier is already there. How's Scotty burning them down when he's the one that built them up? Oh, another thing. Make sure when you guys are arguing with each other in the chat that y'all tag each other. Because I went off on, who was it? A Jamal Cain lover 64 or something. I went off on him yesterday because I just saw a random chat come up and I'm like, is he talking to me? And I just went off. So if y'all are arguing with each other, make sure y'all tag each other if you're going to drop a bomb. Yeah, tennis is way cheaper than golf, but golf, it's becoming a lot more accessible because of the virtual machines, the virtual golf machines. So a lot more kids are actually getting into it. Yeah, no coach. I have 2 kids. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. I hate it. Combat gyms are so expensive. Combat sports gyms. South Central LA, and a lot of places do offer subsidies for tennis, golf, not so much. Yeah, golf is still expensive, but I do think, like I said, because of the virtual golf machines, it's becoming more accessible. You have to be special or have decent connections. Yep, and that's why also 45% of NBA players have elite parents, elite athlete parents, so either Division 1 or professional. So, because they already have the connections. It's crazy. Is that why you made the live members only? I made the live members only because, yeah, there was a lot of conversations back and forth, and there was a lot of people. Well, no. I just cut it. I cut out that one section of that. That's not why I made it members only. I made it members only because we were doing a lot of hypotheticals of where players would rank. And by the end of it, I was like, I haven't done enough research on this. Again, Cam even left a message on the video I left up. So I'm glad I didn't leave the live up because there was just a lot of hypotheticals. Oh, if this player played here, I think they're number 7. I'd probably put him there. Then by the end of it, I just realized like, all right, I typically am better researched when I start throwing these opinions out. So I don't want this to go through. I don't want this narrative to go out that like this player is not top 10 or this player is here. So I wanted to research a little bit better before making those types of predictions. You don't see a lot of traditional inner city kids being success stories. Yes and no. Yes and no. You are right, but now it's easier to find them at a younger age. So if we see an inner city kid that's really good, you would just put him on your team and someone else would pay that price for him, right? So that kid always has access to, if this player is good, you don't even need to be an elite athlete. You just need to be the best in your area. Well, someone's going to pay for you to go on those trips. Someone's going to get you to practice. Someone's going to do those things. So those stories are still there, but those athletes just get taken care of probably at a younger age. But it's probably not setting them up for future NBA type success, elite level success where they need to be. Real talent isn't getting views, but gimmicks are, and that's what's ruining the music industry. Lamar, I've been saying this. It's all about content rather than, it's all about content. Yo, it's hot in Toronto. What's the temperature? All right, I'm going to look on Twitch. Does someone have the video? Y'all going to make me do my own research? I guess we do this anyways, don't we? We're used to doing this. Bro, how's 1v1 hoops only have 155 followers?
This ain't got nothing to do with Scar and that, because that's my little brother. Scar know that. Like, me and Scar talk to you.
All right, we'll watch the last 4 minutes. See what's going on here. Is there more to this video, or watching 4 minutes of it, is that enough? Is that going to give me any information?
This ain't got nothing to do with Scar and that, cause that's my little brother. Scar know that. Like me and Scar talk to each other all the time. So he's rightfully so. He could call me out. Like I feel that. You know what I'm saying? It's the other shit I'm talking about. The commenting under that other people that I ain't gonna say names, but other folks is doing, and it's weird. Like that shit weird to me. I hate when I get hurt and then everybody gets to run in their mouth. But when I was healthy, it was good game. Good shit, boy. You nice. Good shit, boy. But when I got hurt, you know what I'm saying? It was different. Like, but yeah, man, you tell folks no one time and you see what go on. I'm getting back right, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to shake back. Yeah, everybody running their mouth now, bro. I ain't even trying to be on live for real, but there's only so much a nigga gonna take, man. Like let's be real. I ain't been commenting on no posts. I've been chilling. But now it's Rob ain't playing no comp. Well, how about y'all niggas go beat Zay then? Some of these niggas, I want to go see y'all do that. Or go play some of the other niggas I play. You know what I'm saying? Let me see that before you come approach me. Like, all in all, this shit is Rob Moneyline now. Like, I don't know nothing else. I know I used to say next chapter Moneyline. Folks acting like they switched up on the nigga. So this shit Rob Moneyline, cuz.
All right, I want to say something real quick. Does it look better if I do this? I want to say something real quick that I don't want to get into speculation of like exactly what he's talking about. I mean, I think he's pretty, to me, it looks, I'm not going to get into it. But I have been saying this from the beginning, and you guys that have been here since the beginning understand that as a player, you are your own business. And this is going out to all the other players too. This is not even platform specific. The reason I got into this space is because I really vibed with like the players in regards to this is how I felt as an import overseas. And one of the most important lessons I learned in my first year overseas was that clubs are going to try to screw you over. Everyone over there is going to try to screw you over, take advantage of you. You are your own business. So again, you should like look after yourself, and you got to be selfish. And that doesn't mean like only look after yourself. It just means like, just like when they talk about in the airplane, like supply your own oxygen mask first before helping others. Same thing here. It's like, just take care of yourself first, make sure you're good. And that's why when Nas makes some of the decisions he makes, and a lot of people don't like it. A lot of people don't like the way Nas moves and makes, business decisions. But I'm like, man, he's obviously doing what he thinks is best for him. Like, I can't do nothing but respect it. Like, you gotta do that. So now we'll play the rest of this and we'll see where it's going. But I've been saying this for a long time. And now hopefully this is a lesson for other players too. Like, yes, be loyal to the people that helped you get where you're at. Always be loyal to your friends and family and that stuff, but be loyal to yourself first. Like, take care of yourself first, take care of your finances first, take care of your situation first or whatever. Because no one else, I promise you, as soon as other people get the opportunity, they're going to discard you when they get the chance, or as soon as a better offer comes along, or as soon as a better player comes along. And this is not, like I said, this is not platform specific. This is not even 1v1 space specific. This is life in general for all of you. And this is all, I have a lot of friends that have jobs and they're like, I've been loyal to this company forever. I'm going to stay here. I'm like, man, you better not. Because if they ever have to let go of you, they're going to do it without a second thought. Like, take care of yourself first. Take care of your situation first. Then the loyalty part can come after, right? So this right here should just be a lesson for everybody. Let's play the rest.
I keep all the receipts. I seen all the comments trying to make it seem like.
And this is why at the same time, sorry, to add to that, this is why at the same time, if you're in the other shoe, so if you're the Steven Jackson in the Lamar Peters incident, this is again why I always take the player's side. if you're the Steven Jackson, try not to be that guy. Try not to be the Steven Jackson. Remember what it was like being the player that got screwed over? So when you do business now, try not to do the screwing over of people, right? Try not to be that person that's screwing over other people. Yes, you can make more money that way, but it's not good.
Your boy ducking. I've been over here peacefully, just hurt. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm off here. I know y'all asking like why Rod tripped out like that. I see them comments on there from the home team, not fan comments, but I seen, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. I'm off this. If folks want to get up with me, they could contact me. I've been trying to contact some of them. The only person I can talk to is really Free. So hey, it is what it is. Folks ain't been hitting me back. It's cool. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget who y'all hitman is. Don't forget who went to the other side and still made it out like a soldier. Don't forget. Me and Malik did that shit. Send some other foot soldiers go do that shit. I'm off this. Nigga talking about I'm in my feelings. Nah, bro, I just gotta confront everything, bro. Cause everybody just talking, pushing a narrative, and because I ain't saying nothing, folks got these narratives they pushing. Whole time just looking, I'm waking up every day seeing, I'm like, damn, why the hell they keep talking about Rob for? I'm hurt.
They
so
say
many
fuck
other
me
people
for
that's healthy that's playing. Why y'all keep saying Rob?
What you saying fuck me for?
He talking about how the hell? I'm talking about the shit I'm seeing on the Instagram, bro. I'm about to just start beefing with certain people I want to play with so I can try to get a matchup. Fuck it. Now they trying to say I was in my field hell time. But y'all only say that because of my skin tone, bro. Let's be real. Talking about Rob always crying, bro. Ain't nobody crying, gang. I'm explaining a reason, bro. Y'all ain't got to say that, cuz. Like, in due time, Pat. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was dark-skinned, folks wouldn't be saying nothing. It'd be, oh, he just talking. But because I'm light-skinned, folks saying this shit, cuz. You feel me, Drake? Like, this shit crazy. All I'm saying is, just watch the back door, yo. Just watch the back door.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, it's basically kind of what we thought, right? It wasn't anything crazy, nothing over the top, but like I was saying, like I almost always side with the players first, just like I do with like whenever I hear news of like a corporation like letting people go, I almost side with the employees first all the time. I really dislike when people side with the like, why would you always side with billionaires first? Like, and I'm also not the type that's like, I hate billionaires. I'm just saying, like, I'm an employee, you know, I'm at this level, so I'm always going to fight for the guy down here first. But this does seem like what I was saying earlier, just like, take care of yourself, make sure your stuff is lined up. The loyalty stuff only goes so far, but at the end of the day, you don't want to end up in a situation where now it does seem like it's a little bit negative, because also on the flip side of that, they were always probably looking at Rob as like, this is a business, right? I'm going to play devil's advocate. This is how I always do. I always play devil's advocate, play both sides of it. If I'm being charitable to TNC, I would say, what? Rob, you're a player and we got you to where you're at. Be thankful for where we got you. Like, you're just a player. Like, we be thankful for it. Like, you get to play basketball for a living, you know, and then you're not playing games now. So we got to move on to the next one. Now Moon's number one, right? Because he's playing the game. So if I were being charitable to TNC, I could see that side of it. But then I look at Rob's side of it, and it's like what he was saying. What? I just went over there and beat Zay. Like, I'm the one that went over there and took down their number one. And then now I've done everything I've done over here on TNC. And now that I'm injured, like, y'all want to throw me under the bus? the way I say, always say, three sides to every story. As a fan, do not jump on one side of this story and be like, Rob is 100% right or TNC is 100% right. Always somewhere in the middle. This is why I said Rob should treat himself like a business and probably move a little bit more like, and I saw Jay Perkins said something in here about how Nas can move the way he does because blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, that's also what got Nas to where he's at. I would say Scoob and Zay and LP. And it's not just, but it's a lot of players are starting to understand like the business side of it. And a lot of players have played professionally other places, or they have dealt with contracts like this other places on their own. So they kind of know the business a little bit more. Rob's figuring it out, right? Like sometimes you got to go through these scenarios to understand how to move going forward. So again, I don't think there's a bad guy. I don't think there's a good guy, but I do think like from a player standpoint, and if I'm giving advice to players, like you gotta look after yourself first, treat yourself like a business. And this is why all those comments, every single one of you that were in the comments in my last video, when I was giving advice or giving my critiques of the summit event, I was more giving critiques to the players about like, don't worry about content creation. Don't worry about playing clean basketball. Don't worry about what it looks like. You got to win. You need to win. And if you got to foul and there's unlimited fouls, you better foul. Right? You do what's in your power to win. Like take care of yourself first. Now the content creation can be done by someone else. They can take care of that, but you got to win. So I think I just look at things from a professional, like a basketball and coach standpoint. So most of my critiques and the things that I say are going to relate to that. And then there's a lot of people that are more like fans of the space or fans of a platform, and that's okay. We're probably going to disagree on a lot of things, but that's how I feel about it. So what do you guys think? $5. Thank you, Ronan. What's your opinion on him being hurt but still playing other places this month? So I guess that is another thing that's like, I saw Scotty mention it. And if I were a business owner and one of my employees or players was going to play somewhere else and was telling me they're hurt, yeah, I would feel a type of way. But there's two ways to approach that. I could be mad at Rob and be like, he's doing this and it's not fair to us. Or I could look at what role do I play in this? Is there a reason he's incentivized to play somewhere else but not play here? Is there something we could do better to make sure that, hey, we want you playing here more than we want you playing there? The Nazes, the Scoobs, the Zays, that's 1, 2, and 3. You get to a Moon, you get to a Rob. Like those guys are going to make decisions. They can make whatever decision they want. They're the best 5 players in the space. You almost need to do something as a platform to make them choose you, right? I want you to choose us. You can't just like hold someone. This sounds bad, and I don't mean it like this. Out of context, this is going to sound crazy. But you don't want to try to like hold people hostage. You want to make them choose you. So this is why I said, whatever it was, maybe a month or 2 months ago, but you want to build your platform. You want to build your, if you want loyalty, like you got to show it first. And sometimes people are going to pick other places, but you just got to know you did everything in your power to be like, yep, I did everything in my power to get them to choose us. And if they chose somewhere else, good for them. You know, hopefully we did right by them and they'll want to come back. But like, I've been in that position. I've been in that situation. We would send players from our club. We would always send them off to other places if it was a better situation for them. But hopefully if we treated them right and we were the place that was like home for them, they would always come back. If they didn't like it, they'd come back. Or if they realized grass isn't greener, they would always come back. So yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one because obviously we're not behind those closed doors. We're not in those conversations. I'm sure not everyone is moving. I'm sure Rob has made some mistakes. I'm sure Scotty has made some mistakes, whatever that, or there's like huge miscommunication. But at the end of the day, Rob feels the way he feels, right? And yeah, I'm almost always going to side with the players just because like they're still figuring it out and they usually have like less power in the situations. I think Rob should have been moved that way. It's about to be in-game Thanos Rob. He's not on contract, so if he doesn't play, he doesn't get paid. He's not playing ones on the other cards because he's hurt. Yeah, two sides of the coin. Disgruntled employee vibes, fix it before it's damaged. I think Rob might value his stock on TNC more than the other platforms. Doesn't want to take a loss there again. He's not hurt if he's playing. He just doesn't want to play with the TNC right now. And that's possible. That's possible. But we did watch him play against, we watched him play in one of those 3v3s and he looked hurt. Like the way he was moving, he kept favoring his heel. I can't remember which one it was, but even when he was landing, he kept like landing weird. So I do believe he's hurt, or he's the best actor of all time. This is kind of looking like the Nas situation when he was hurt on TNC. What did I miss? We just went through the Rob video. Is there more to this video? Have you seen more of it? I think TNC has to be ready for Rob to move on every 6 months. Look, and I think they've seen the writing on the wall, because like I said the other day, they very clearly said that Moon is number one. And I told you, like, you don't say things like that without having a reason. And yeah. Can't let one player take your platform hostage. True, but they also put so much stock into Rob too. You know, they put, I'm not going to say put all their eggs in one basket, but coach is a union man. We like that. Always and forever. At the end of the day, the power are with the players, especially the top five. And similar to what Duntz said, not by themselves though, but if they can kind of move all to, not together, but just all be on the same page, then they will have more power together. If Rob move on, I'm off TNC League. Make the platforms choose you. Yeah, and the platforms as well. The platforms should make the players want to choose them, and the players should make the platforms want to choose them. Works both ways. He looked hurt in Free Smoke. That was the one when I was pointing it out, I think. No, it was one we were watching on stream. It was even before that. It was on their TNC season. But yes, he did look, I mean, he just wasn't doing, like, he wasn't moving a lot, right? And Rob loves his team settings 3v3. So if you're a top 1v1 player in the space and another big platform gave you more better pay, would you migrate? If you're a top 1v, yeah, I would. I mean, it depends, right? So this is not how the way I started my career was not choosing the money as one of the most important things. I just wanted to, I used to think the same thing, loyalty and do what's right for the game of basketball as a player and whatever. But as I went further in my career, yeah, I started being like, well, you know, I like this club because of this. I like this club because of this. Who can pay the most? And I've told this story a few times. I'm not going to go into details, but basically I learned that if there's money to be made, I want the money. I would rather you pay me the money, because if I don't get the money, you're just going to pay it to this guy. So of course I want to go to the place that's going to pay the most money. That's why you watch NBA players that are making $50 million whenever it's time to sign their new contract. That's why they sign for $58 million the next time. They already have $50 million. Why do you need $8 more million? Well, because if you don't give it to me, like, that just gives you money to give to this guy. That's what LeBron did in LA. What was it, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago? Or yeah, 2 years ago, before they got Luka, LeBron held off on signing his contract because he wanted them to spend that money on recruiting another player. And when the trade deadline was up, and no, this was before season, but when the signing period was over and they didn't get another player, instead of allowing LA to keep that extra money, he signed for the max. He was like, well, you have to give me all that money. I'm not going to let you keep that extra money. Like, I'll let you keep it if you're going to give it, go recruit someone else and it's going to help me. But if you're not going to recruit someone else, you're going to keep the money, pay me. So I think a lot of fans miss out on a lot of that stuff. TNC Discord going crazy. Are they? They better pay $10K a month. Shoot. I mean, that's probably what he'd be getting overseas. Chat got spicy in just an hour. Scotty went from Rob's aura, distracted me from I forgot about that video. Michael Beasley said on Club Shay Shay, he had to beat a lot of dark-skinned Negroes because they thought he was soft. Oh yeah, no, we watched. Yeah, that was a really good interview. That was a really good interview. They mad Rob didn't play a 1v1 on Summit, so they started doing lives, making posts insinuating that Rob not hurt and he just scared to play. Damn. Does anyone have like screenshots of it? Does anyone have any screenshots? No, but Nas games, I think there's probably more there. He's probably hearing a lot more than just one them saying Moon's number one. Haven't been answering his call. Damn. Do y'all have any screenshots or evidence of it? Because I don't want to. It sounds like fucked up, but I don't want to insinuate until I like see more stuff. How do you take care of your dogs with all that traveling? House sitting. Just have someone house sit. You got a very valid reason to not fuck with TNC if they're talking shit about him. That's why they got mad at Mello. I don't think it's that easy for some coach because they have personal relationships with the owners. No. So Ronan, you're 100% right. You are 100% right. But again, this is why the lesson has to be learned because it'll change the way you approach business forever now. So again, I work with Davo, and like I'd say, I didn't know who Davo was before, but I'd say we're friends now. Like we're good friends now. But I also know that it's business, and Davo knows that it's business. So like I'm never, how do I explain this? I'm never going to cross over that business and friendship line to where if Davo makes a business, I've said this to him too. And I'm like, hey, if you like, if you need to bring someone else for commentary, like I'd rather you just do it. Like it's just business. I understand it's just business. I am not going to get offended by it because I've been through this before so many times that I'm like, some people just cross that line and think like an employer, for example, when your employer comes in and is like, hey, great work, everyone. You guys have all been working overtime for an entire week. So I'm going to give you guys a pizza day. Some people get really excited and they're like, yeah, this is the best boss ever. We get a pizza day. And I'm like, what? I just worked overtime and I basically saved you your job and you give me pizza. I can buy myself pizza. Like pay me my overtime. I would rather my overtime money. And if I want pizza, I'll go get pizza, but I would rather the money. Don't make it like you're doing me a favor. So I think that's where a lot of players need to start understanding if a owner or if a platform or if your boss, your employer, whatever situation you're in life, always remember if they're your boss, when they're being nice, so they drop the family card or the loyalty card, just remember like, okay, you're probably getting screwed over. As long as you always remember that, it'll help you navigate those situations a lot better. Everyone should be able to do what's best for them with no hard feelings. Stop being stuck in deals where either part, exactly that. It should make sense for both parties. And if it doesn't, it's just business, man. It's just business. But not everyone can operate that way. So again, that's a lesson that you can learn to like, don't enter into these situations where, so that's why I always say, don't do business with friends or family. Don't talk politics with friends or family. There's certain things you just like, I'm just drawing the line there. Yes, Ronan, exactly. Exactly. You read my mind with that one. I sent an extra Rob live clip to your server general chat. All right, we'll check that out.
Motherfuckers be saying I'm scared to do hella shit, which just don't make sense to me. You feel me? Like I see it's not even the fans. It's literally next chapter commenting, saying stuff, and it's like, damn, I ain't been nothing but loyal. You know what I'm saying? I ain't been nothing but loyal to everyone. So I see them comments. I'm screenshotting all them comments. Yo, I keep them receipts. I ain't been on live. I ain't been on the internet talking. I keep them receipts, bro. So now if I show any disloyalty, you know what's going on. You feel me? That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all take it how y'all want to take it. But hey, folks out here, I said no to the summit, and I've been catching strays ever since. It ain't been, oh, Rob's hurt, let him just chill. It's been, oh, we like to see this matchup. Oh, I think this should happen on the summit next. Oh, I think this should happen. Well, shit, when SGA get done with this San Antonio shit, let me play SGA on the summit.
Pat's about to be the new face of TNC. You're a business savvy person. Rob does not appear to be. Well, the surprising thing, Ronan, not most people are. And this is not like, again, I had to learn this, but the amount of people I've met in my life that have just refused to learn these lessons is not absurd, but it's just like, I want to make sure if I can help people, it's going to be learning these lessons. And now what's changed in that time, a lot of people call me an asshole. just because like I make business decisions for myself, or I'll do what's right for me. And a lot of people are like, "You're an asshole," and I'm like, "Man, all right, think what you want, but this is just not good business for me." Say screenshotting TNC talking bad on him. He said he'd been catching strays since he turned down the summit. Lessons must be learned through fire. Too long, didn't read. Business is evil. Pay me time and a half. Fuck my pizza. Fuck your pizza. Needs to make sure they retain Rob. They're going to lose a lot of star power. Yeah, that'd be rough. That'll definitely be a pivot for sure. Fombi got the password to TNC. Oh. Oh my God. That took me out. That took me out. Rob go to OTD and set up Nas versus Rob for the culture. That would break the internet. Dang should call out Keon. That'd be a great game. That would be a great game. TNC effing over their second best asset. First best is Frigga. This is too much drama to just hoop. If you're gonna hoop, then hoop. Yeah, but again, like you can't avoid it. You know, I see a lot of. I know a lot of you are upset that I haven't got to the breakdowns today, and I'm sorry. But I do think when things like this happen, I want to have these conversations because this is the part of the space I really want to not clean up, but I do want to teach these situations when this drama happens. So I'm gonna tell you guys this. TNC is going to come out with a statement or somewhat. TNC has to do it as a business. They're going to have to come out with something, and their job is going to be to control the narrative. Okay, they're going to come out with something, and it's either going to be the fans against Rob or the fans against the other platforms or the space. Something will come out, and that's normal. Okay, this is not a dig. This is normal in every business. If I was a business owner, first thing I would be thinking, oh, damage control. Okay, this is not against any platform. First thing I'm thinking is damage control. But you as fans need to understand, oh, TNC is going to, like, they have to make a move now. They got to do something, right? Do not get riled up. Just don't get riled up. Don't get your emotions caught up in this. This is Rob's thing to handle. This is TNC's business to handle. But as fans, we actually can just sit back and be like, man, damn, this is crazy. However this plays out, we'll know how to move forward. But let's not get riled up and then start throwing stones at each other. This is this is not our issue. It's not our issue. So I could try and guess what's going to happen. Rob's probably going to feel a type of way, and he's going to want to go to OTD and ball his life and play these games and play his heart out now and be like, see, you need me. Or he's going to be like, fuck it, I'm never playing on TNC again. Or, there's a lot of things that could happen, but luckily we don't have to make those guesses. We can just sit back and see. And I'm caught up now. This is why being friends with people you're in business with don't work most of the time. Completely agree, Chris. I think Rob is dragging it a bit. It's almost a year since his last pay-per-view and he lost. Of course, there's going to be new narratives, hopefully when he gets healthy. Yeah, but you got to see both, like, look at it from both sides, Peter. Like, imagine you're a player and imagine you feel like you've carried the platform for like 6 months and then you get injured and can't play, and then they start saying like negative stuff about you. Like, you'd be like, hold on, that's fucked up, right? Like kicking me while I'm down, or now that I can't do something for you, you're just like, you're moving on that quick. So I understand why Rob feels the way he does, but at the same time, that's normal. This is business. Do you guys not remember in the Steven Jackson and Lamar Peters conversation that went back and forth? I told you guys that this is what business is. This is how people move. And everyone's like, Coach, you're making an excuse for Steven Jackson. I was like, I'm not making an excuse for him. I think it's shitty. I hate it. I think it's terrible. But this is what happens. This is what it is. Okay? So now we've seen LP get screwed over by Big Three. Now we're seeing this happen to Rob. Like, at some point, we got to start realizing, like, this is what it is. This is what happens. So players need to start understanding how to move and how to navigate these situations a little better. Do you think hiring an agent in the top 5 would be overkill? No, I think a few of them do have agents. I think some of them do have, I think most of them have agents, to be honest. I think if you can get to a point where you can be your own agent, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure Shea Gilgeous-Alexander fired his agent. I'm pretty sure he manages himself. So Jaylen Brown, like, if you can manage yourself, you should. But if you can't, yeah, you should obviously hire a manager. But then while you're you should always learn to get to a point to where you can do it yourself. So I definitely think players that are making a lot of money, especially if they're newer to the scene, they definitely need a manager. Nice we had them combos. Hope y'all got some education. And now let's get education on some ball. Look, Fox, I'm gonna be honest. We might do a long stream today, so I will get to, because I have to do some breakdowns, but I do want to address all these things too. And while the talking is good, we'll keep the conversation going. Scotty is talking to TNC General, and he's ignoring people telling him to address the elephant. What happened? I missed it. Yeah, you might have to catch up. Looking at the TNC Discord, they already turning on Rob. I'm telling you, this is normal, okay? So don't freak out. But this is why I'm just trying to give a different perspective when these things happen, so that you guys can feel free to choose whoever you want. If you disagree with what Rob's saying, good. That's on you. If you disagree with TNC, good. That's whatever. I don't really have a dog in the fight. From my perspective, Rob wants to be the face of TNC and the number one guy without playing. He feels like TNC owes him that. Does TNC owe him that? How do they move forward if their number one guy isn't playing? Yeah, so, but also what I said, Lamar, maybe he's not playing because they're disagreeing on what they should pay him for games too. So maybe he feels like they're not prepared to pay him what he's worth. So it would be tough if you're Rob and you know how much Nas or Scoob or LP is getting for a game, and then you're getting whatever you're getting. It'd be tough to be like a top 5 player, was a top, considered a number 1 player, you know, not many months ago. It'd be tough to go from that and you're like wanting your worth, you know. I can definitely, like I keep saying, I see it from both sides. Rob feeling how Nas felt last year. Long story short, it's fucked up for sure. Scotty is high-key tripping. Their owners. Bear in mind, this is the reason why Nas left TNC. Tore his meniscus. Ball's life took care of him. TNC, don't make this mistake again. You're a glass half full guy, though, coach, in what have you done for me now space. Yes and no. I'll be honest. I'm the type of coach or the type of owner, and this is no shade on any of the 3 platforms. This is nothing about how but when I do my coaching and when I'm in charge of programs, I will take a chance that I get screwed over by a player. I will. I'm always going to err on the side of the kids. I'm always going to err on the side of the player. And if it ends up backfiring, it backfires. I'm okay with erring on the side of the player. I will never err on the side of the business or my company and be the person that screws over a player. Like, I know that's not the best for making money, but that's just something, me personally, that was a choice I had to make, you know, again, years and years ago when I took on the role I had. I was in these situations where I had to make all these people happy, right? I tried making everyone happy, and I realized at the end of the day, okay, can't make everyone happy. What's my goal? What am I here for? Who should I take care of first? So then my morals became always do what's right for basketball, always do what's right for the kids. So if I always do that, the rest of it would end up working out. If I'm trying to make a donor happy, someone who donates money to the club, a lot of times you have to break a lot of your morals. You have to start doing a lot of like crazy things, right? Cutting kids that might impact their kid, hiring a coach that they want to coach, even though you don't agree with the coach and he might not listen to you as a coach. There's all these morals and all these standards and things you have to break when you don't have like I call it like a guiding moral principles. So for me, always do what's right for the players, always do what's right for the kids, always do what's right for the game of basketball. Everything else take care of itself. If I mess up because I was trying to do those 3 things, I can deal with that. But if I mess up because I was trying to keep this person happy and now I've ruined this person's career, fuck, I don't know if I can live with that. We did a video on LP in the Big 3. What happened to Rob? Yeah, we're going through it all right now. Scotty shouldn't have said anything publicly, those subliminals. But we've seen this often, right? We broke this. I got a video that's coming out tomorrow on this. Has TNC been that negative towards Rob? If he's talking all the Moon number 1 narrative to heart, it means he thinks he's way over Moon, which isn't the case. Again, Peter, that's why I said, is there screenshots? Like I can take I can assume that maybe there was a lot more stuff there, but without screenshots or without me seeing the post myself, it's hard for me to give a fair criticism. Keon number one. Yeah. Why are Rob and Moon tripping? Keon actually number one. Yeah, what are we doing? Keon number one. Keon moneyline. Mr. Ethics Midrange, true coach. Crazy to think that TNC had Nas, Room, Moon, Rob, Nas, Rob, Moon, all at one point. But sadly, Nas left and looks like Rob going to leave too. We'll have to see how it plays out. Again, let's also not be prisoners of the moment. Sometimes these things happen and then they die down a week later, you know, so you'll make more money in the long run. Even if you don't, your conscience is clear. So yeah, I've spoken about a lot of these kind of stories like that, but yeah, it's always served me very well. And exactly what you said, I can sleep at night. And you're still going to upset some players. I'll be honest, I've probably had 20, again, I've coached thousands and thousands of players, but I've probably had 20 to 50 players that hate my guts and think I'm the worst human in the world because of whatever, right? But I would say about half of those at some point have come back and apologized to me years later, you know, or weeks later, or some of them, you know, I've had so many of them come back and apologize and say, you were actually like best coach I ever had and whatever. But then there's about half of those that, you know, I'll probably never talk to them again. They'll probably still think they still hate me, but I am like, well, I did what I could. I did what I could. I was doing everything for the right reasons. So I can live with that. If you hate me because I was doing the right thing, I can live with that. But if I fuck up your career because I was trying to make someone else happy, I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. Like to see the comments. Robin Moon should have been played. For sure. For sure. What up, Crispies? Bear in mind, this is the reason why Nas left TNC when he tore his meniscus. I keep hearing, so I obviously wasn't around for that. I have heard it. But one thing I've learned over the last, it's been like a month, 2 months. I've done a bit more of a not deep dive, but I've dug into a lot of, a lot of these stories that I've just taken as true. And I've looked into them further, and then I realized some of those things aren't like what I've heard. We talked about it's like everyone's playing telephone. So while I believe you about the Nas situation and this is what's happened, I don't want that situation to paint how I look at this one, because even this one on its own, I feel like I have a good grasp, good understanding of how TNC moves, how Rob moves. But you could be 100% right, and you're not the only one that said it. We probably had 5 or 6 people say it. So I want to be coached by you. Too bad I'm ass at hoops. Yo, coach, where do you think the Scoob versus Keon game will be played? I will say this, Underground. Again, this is me being the most biased human ever. I can't see Scoob playing on Summit. I just can't see. I don't think he will. I don't know if he'd ever play on Summit. But I think Keon will play anywhere, especially now that he's about to go to college. So if I had to put money on it, it's probably going to happen on OTD or Ball is Life. Keon versus Mead. Keon versus the world. We need to see Keon versus everybody at this point. Is Discord server accessible for non-page? Yes. Yes. I have a little bot that posts the Discord link every 30 minutes or so. But yeah, if someone wants to copy and paste that, I, for some reason, can't do that in this chat. Sometimes my YouTube chat messes up, so yeah, it won't let me post it, but you missed the live. It was just the Rob drama. Giving a quick recap. We'll see if they've posted any more 1v1 hoops. No, they haven't posted anymore. Basically, Rob and TNC drama, I guess. All right. I feel like we covered all of that. If you guys have any more, if you guys get screenshots or you guys get more information, please send it through. But if not, we're gonna get into our breakdowns now. King of Hoops, thank you for the $2. Do you have Keon top 7? So yes, but also it's only like a placeholder. It's only as a placeholder do I have him there. One, because just the amount of games he's played. Like the Burt game didn't technically finish, even though he was beating him pretty handily. So just due to amount of games, maybe not, but we will have more information at the end of this month. So Keon's going to play probably two more games before the end of the month, 1 or 2 more. There's going to be a lot of other players that play games in that time, 1v1s. So I think right now probably it's around 7 or so, but other people, as we saw yesterday, were like, no, I still have Cam above him. Some people have Bruce, like Tays or Keems and C4s. Like, so for me, I'm like, I'll see over by the end of the month, it'll settle itself. I think it's going to settle itself. All right, let's get into our breakdown. You guys let me know what you guys want to see first. Let's do so we've got 3 Ball is Life games, or we've got the Summit Bejan versus Day Day game. So we get caught up on our Ball is Life games or Bejan versus Day Day first. Sent another clip. Oh Lord. All right, maybe we weren't done. All right, we'll watch this real quick.
Fans, they've been tripping. So I don't understand how I get criticized for playing Daquan at the height of Daquan, like probably 5'9", 5'10". I'm 6'1". You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But then it's like for instance, Scar played Boog, and I didn't hear no backlash. Cam played Boog. I didn't hear no backlash. These niggas is the same height as me, if not taller. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a full Rob crash out day. So yeah, you guys keep keep sending them. We'll keep. Wow, this is gonna be a full Rob crash out. All right, let's get into. There's probably gonna be more videos as we'll do a breakdown, and then we'll probably talk about more. King of Hoops, thank you for the $5. I think Cam and Keon is a fun matchup, but I don't think Cam can really beat him personally. So I was saying that earlier, not that Cam can't beat him, but more so I don't want to see that matchup yet. I mean, Cam just beat Keon just beat who they said is number 1 on TNC. I want to see him try to get to number 1 on TNC. You know, I'd rather see Cam play other games, Keon play other games before that one. But I mean, if they want to play, they play. Watermark. I didn't even read what it was. All right, let's. Most people were saying Bejan versus Day, so we'll probably do that one. Yeah, we'll do that. All right. Rob, Day, get your popcorn. This is on their live stream from yesterday. And this is what I was saying. So now that I'm looking at this, I definitely think it was darker the first game than it was later on. So all of you that were telling me it wasn't dark, let me know. Do you think that this isn't dark to you? Am I in the wrong? Is it just me?
First ever summit. Can y'all make some noise real quick? We got Bejan going up against Day. Bejan, this is your first appearance here on TNC, here at the Friga facility, a part of history, being a part of the summit. How do you feel today? And just a message to the fans.
Man, it feels good, man. Let's hoop.
You've been constantly climbing in the space. I think the last game's, 6-0 on that?
Yeah, this year, yep.
Yep, so you've just been going crazy with everything. I'm really excited to see what you got today. I know a lot of the people that are in this building have come to events here before. They've seen Day play. Seen you play in person yet, so just ready to see you send a message to all these.
This is 20. Yeah, it's full This is as high as it goes. 2020. Oh, you guys can't see because my camera's in the way. But yeah, it's on 1080p.
Guys,
But this is the live stream. This isn't a recording.
and hopefully continue to see you out here on the summit. But first thing is you got to get through Day. So Day, is that happening?
Hell no. Come on, man. Let's play ball.
This game right now, you are currently 5-0 in your last 5 games. This has been a great year. The summit is a spot where I feel like guys like yourself really can stay.
Yeah, as soon as Meech gets on camera, everything's going to go crystal clear. That's probably why it got brighter in there.
And show everybody what you're made of. And we gave you a very respectable opponent in Bejan. So any message to the fan before we get into this game?
Shit. Shout out to TNC, man. They always been innovative and coming up with new ways for guys to get games. And I'm always outside. It's the type of games I want. So I'm glad to be here. Let's ball.
You guys that are watching at home, this first game is free here on YouTube. The only way you can watch the rest of the event is by going to tncleague.com. If you're a subscriber or you want to become a subscriber, you're going to get 50% off when you purchase the ticket, and your support will lead to more summits. But right now we got the ball, or we got the coin. I'm only going to flip it. I'm not going to turn it over.
What color?
White ball. No, it's white because you're white anyways. Bijan's ball to start. Appreciate you guys. I'm going to pass it back to the ABC crew. Love you all for supporting today. We've gotten a ton of support already, probably one of the most amounts of supports we've ever gotten before.
I do wonder what it looked like as a player. I do feel like lights like this could really bother you, the lighting, the shading, whatever. But there's something I feel like, because I've played in a lot of tournaments, street ball tournaments and things where they have this sort of stuff. And I feel like once the game starts, you kind of just, me anyways, I kind of just block it out. I don't know. Once I get focused on the game, like I don't see nothing.
Event, so let's get it.
And we are back. Day versus Bejan ready to take off right now. The very first game on the summit. If you're subscribed and watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to TNC League and purchase your tickets because we about to transition after this one. But we got a special here.
Here we go.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's get it.
For those who don't know the rules, 132s and 3s.
Yes,
2
sir.
timeouts per half. Let's get to it. Oh my gosh.
Oh!
Hey, locked him though, that possession.
2s and 3s.
Yes,
2
sir.
timeouts per half.
Day, I love Day-Day's defense, man. You know what? I need to interview Day-Day. Just like, what did he be thinking about on defense? Because he just naturally, like, I know it's not, obviously there's a lot going through his mind, but he just naturally, like, just makes everything tough.
Gets downhill here.
Oh, he is.
Yep. Yep.
Now, again, this is where I know Day-Day probably is going to watch this. I know he watches most of our breakdowns of him, but this is what I would change. Like, be relentless from the get-go. Right here, Bejan is just backing up. And I think anytime you play against a player that backs up, like if you watch any NBA players where whoever's defending them just keeps backing up, like Giannis, for example, like you just duck your shoulder and go. Like you have to make him move. You have to make him make a decision. But Day-Day's hesitation here really let Bejan off the hook. Like goes and he just like slows down. Well, now Bejan gets to like stand with you. And I think he hits this, but it's like you're settling for a long contested 2, which is okay. And so the same criticism I have of Bruce, it's really hard to win a game like that. But if you can actually just a little bit more, if you can get to this spot before they stop you, like really get to the key, that's when you turn into kind of how Lat plays. Lat plays trying to get to the elbow, and he'll shoot this jumper, which he can make 8 out of 10. And then once you start taking away the jumper, now he gets layups. Now he gets step backs where he gets to the 3-point line. So I think the more of your game can open up by just, I think, really, really getting 2 feet in the key. Or not 2 feet in the key, but trying to get a paint touch.
Day from mid. God hand mid-range pull-up starts us off here at Frigga facility. Range pull-up starts us off here at Frigga facility.
The same thing. All right, here is another criticism I have. I think the camera angles, I like this camera angle here, but then when we get to here, like we can't see where they're shooting from, right? So like when I'm breaking down, I'm like, was that a 3? Was it a 2? But he kind of, every time he does that, kind of lets Bejan off the hook. Like Bejan doesn't have to guard any differently than he did those first 2 plays now. Because it's like, oh, he's willing to just pull up and shoot. He's willing to like second guess himself. I'm just going to keep backing up. So I think that's where Day just take control, kind of go with that Zay approach and be like, I don't care what you do. I'm going downhill. You're going to have to guard me. And then once you do that, now he's really going to back up. Now your three is a little bit different if you want to take it, but you can still just downhill, downhill, downhill.
It's nice that the figure facility found a home in Ohio for the summit.
Good
the
challenge.
figure facility found a home in Ohio for the.
Bijan's left hand is really good. He just he palms it. He actually palms it. He was palming it while he was dribbling, actually.
Throw out dribbles a cheat code, especially for guys that are fast.
Especially for guys that can shoot it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He missed, what, 2 or 3 layups, and he missed a couple free throws, too.
important is it when you have a crossover matchup like this and you're the guy coming over to the other platform?
Like, again, I don't like this. Honestly, Cam did this really well, too. Day's starting at half court, and it looks like he's going to go. But I don't know what in his mind, I don't know what he's like, why slow down? Like, Bejan hasn't done anything. He hasn't picked a side. Just go full speed left. Once he cuts you off, boom, full speed right. Like, just get going downhill. Make him move. Bejan hasn't had to do anything but take a couple steps backwards. He's still, like, Bejan hasn't had to play defense yet.
I think there's a level of comfort that you're searching for. Oh my God!
The other platform isn't important to get off to a good start and see the ball go through the rim.
Yeah, I think there's a level of comfort that you're searching for. Oh my God! That doesn't help. If somebody's hitting a left-hand runner, that's not going to help your comfort.
Wait, but if I'm Bejan, though, I live with that.
For sure.
I live with 30 points of that.
That's not going to help.
Like, right here. Like, he went. Like, this is where you counter, right? Like, you either push off of him and get your 0.5 seconds of freedom, or you counter. Nas anchor step. Zay spin back right or behind the back spin back left, behind the back to the left. So I think he can simplify his game a lot more. But I like this. Like, go. Make Bejan play. Bejan had to guess. He guessed right. Bejan just didn't win the bump. And then settle for a long contested 2 again. Again, almost made it, but I liked the uniforms. I really liked the uniforms.
Step through fade away
Prayer.
3.
Bijan
Deep
Beautiful.
corner. Oh, no roll.
It's been physical for Day so far defensively. He's definitely touching.
Yep. Day pulls up for 3. No good.
Man, just
Day pulls up for 3. No good.
Bijan's allowing him to walk in.
yeah, Bejan just has only had to make one defensive move so far. Slide left and bump it.
Bejan from deep, short.
And this is where it gets scary, right? Oh yeah, this one. I was like, what happened to the scoreboard? This is where it gets scary for players like Day. It's a false sense of security with players like a Bejan. He can just score in bunches. So it's like, we're just feeling it out. We're just testing it out. He's got 15. Like, this is why you need to step on people early, because Bejan is not hitting anything, and he's kind of letting you off the hook a little bit too. But the difference is we know Bejan. All he has to do is see one 3-pointer go through.
Still trying to find his footing. Trying to find a rhythm. He'll be fine.
He just get comfortable.
There we go. This is great.
Straight downhill.
Hey, I know he missed. He got fouled though, but I don't know how Bejan guards this for 30 points. Not even just a Bejan thing, but just most players. This was a great drive. Fights his way to the elbow, gets inside the block. Oh, should have an and one here, but he missed. That's fine. Gets to the line. This was great. Day needs to go first possession, do this. That's great move.
Day going to the line.
Because now Bejan has to. Now that's the first time Bijan's had to think. Oh shoot. Okay. How do I want to guard this guy?
The space and
You kind of have to. You kind of have to jab a little bit, play cat and mouse. You can't just allow him to eat up your space and go directly at you. Right. Because he has the leverage now because he's coming full speed. So I think Bejan has to meet him at some point in time.
And he just gets to rest infinitely. Like, Bijan's not going up there. I think this game plan for Day, man, you just get to infinitely stand there and
Coming
rest.
full speed.
Because I don't think they count. Do a countdown if the defense isn't there.
So I think Bejan has to meet him at some point in time.
This may be the first time out of all of Bijan.
and he just goes to the side
A
step.
film that I've watched that he's
Side
had
step.
somebody start from half the way Day.
Oh man, and again, a long two. It's just the game. Just go, Day. Make him guard you. Man, I just hate seeing it because it's like 2 plays back to back. It's like this is the story of Day. He's so good, man. Like, and I know a lot of players aren't going to watch this. These were the critiques I was making. A lot of people in my comments were like, I prefer watching that. I'm not here for aesthetics and what fans, casual fans prefer. I'm here for what's effective in winning games against elite players. This is effective. This works at any. Day can do that against pro players. It's going to work. I mean, Bejan played pro, right? That works at any level of basketball. And then this right here, I don't know if this works anywhere. Now, I know he ends up getting a step through, but I just don't, that doesn't work. So it's just like, no, do more of what works at all levels, less of what doesn't. And I think that gets Day another 10 possessions.
Bejan going back to the line. That's great for him, though. As a shooter, as somebody.
And, oh, this is another thing. Because I saw this I don't like the switching of the angles. And again, I'm looking at this from like breaking down the game. But like going from like here as the possession starts, then it goes to the overhead. I like the angle, but then it switches during the possession.
As a shooter, as somebody trying to find a rhythm.
Oh, they called foul there.
Bejan going back to the line. That's
He got
great
a lot
for
of
him,
those.
though. As a shooter, as somebody trying to find a rhythm, get to the line, see one go, open your game up.
They do. I remember Lay starting to count down, but I think it's late. Like if they're not playing defense, I think the refs give you like they'll wait a bit and then start counting down. If they're playing physical defense, I'm pretty sure the refs they're like, come on, you got to go.
Scratches now, 6-1 ball game.
Oh, Day can throw it down. We've seen him dunk a ton of times.
Oh my gosh. Good hands by Day.
Didn't he have like 6 steals this game too?
Oh my gosh.
By Day.
Again, I know he missed. This is. I just want to see this every possession. Like decide, full speed left, boom, counter, full speed right. It wasn't. Again, look at his footwork here. I'm being overly critical. This is probably the most critical I'm going to be of a player because I know Day watches these. So this is like an actual film session. But watch Day's counter here. And these are a few of the things I would work on and change if I were him. So when we watch Zay do this or Nas, we always talk about how elite their footwork is. I would prefer that foot go forward and then the ball meet you going forward. But because he throws it wide, he has to go like Bejan and Day are both going like towards the ball. So Day has to regather the ball before he can drive. Look how much he's beaten Bejan by. If he would have thrown the ball forward and had like a clean handle, I mean, that's a dunk. There's no way Bejan recovers because he had to go gather the ball. It actually gave Bejan an opportunity to get back in the play and just bother that shot enough. And Day misses. So those are the tiny things that he can be more efficient on. But the thought process of just getting downhill and going, again, I don't know a lot of people that can guard Day for 30 points doing that.
But that's what I'm saying, though. He's allowing Day to get a full head of steam. Mm-hmm. If you're kind of just stagnant, it's going to be hard to anticipate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bejan watches these too, but I don't give him as much advice because his game is like, I don't have a lot of advice for him. I haven't seen anyone lock him up yet. I haven't seen Bejan have problems yet. So it's hard for me to critique him because the way he plays and off of his pickup is like, I would typically be telling a player, like the only advice I've ever given Bejan was like more hang dribbles. Like that's another thing to add to your game. But other than that, it's literally like the stuff you can do off the court, better conditioning, getting downhill. Like, but he's a downhill player. It's just we've only seen him shooting a lot of threes.
But nonetheless, stop for Bejan. Here we go.
Good bump.
And one.
And got it.
Damn.
Strong
great
take by
finish.
Bejan.
Yeah, unorthodox. So players like that, Rob's similar. I wouldn't give too much advice to those guys because the way they play is also their superpower. It would have to be like matchup specific advice. I can give matchup specific advice, but
I would have.
overall general concepts, it's just like, it's like Steph Curry. I wouldn't give Steph Curry advice because it'd be like, don't shoot that deep three. Well, that's also what makes him who he is. So
That I believe that affects.
Jab series, shooting.
man, it's tough. Even this shot here, there's a difference of hand down shot. But when you get into these jabs, like Bejan's never honoring that three. So if you're not making them, again, you're not making him defend. So shoot it with confidence or just drive. Like, don't even think about it. But freaking A.
We still haven't seen Day go to that infamous left wing. Another stop. Turnover.
He's just so confident in his defense, I think, where he thinks he'll just get a lot of extra possessions.
Oh, spin cycle Euro.
Yeah, Scoob's similar too. I give Scoob a lot of advice on specific things, but his game is fairly unorthodox. But you can tell now Scoob has started making his game more efficient, and he is doing a lot more straight line drives, full speed left, full speed right, especially in that Nas Judgment Day game. So I think Scoob just does a good job taking advice in general. Not from me. I think he just watches a shit ton of game film. I think he asks a lot of people their opinion. And I think he's just really good at studying.
Man, we have some good basketball starting off. Very physical so far, especially for Day defensively, fellas. I believe there's a new feature to where the fans can hear the players.
Damn, I was wanting to hear these timeouts though.
Because you have microphones.
Yeah, they should be mic'd up.
Yeah.
I think at moments of tonight, you guys will hear from the players, which I think is a really cool aspect of it.
Early signs for Bejan.
It might just be for like the edited version. Maybe how would Day do that for 30 points? It's probably exhausting, but that's why you train that way. Go ask Zay how he trains. I bet he trains the exact way he plays. We watched a full hour workout that Lat did. Lat trains the way he plays. And when I watch some of these other guys train, I'm like, what are you training for? What is this? What is your training session? How does this apply? So I think there's some guys that need to train the way that they want to play. Because especially when you get tired, your bad habits creep in.
I think he has to weather the storm of some sort, being that he's coming over to the TNC faction and playing one of TNC veterans. If he can weather the storm here and get himself enough stops to get him going, it's going to be a ball game down the stretch.
Definitely. They kind of.
I forgot to. We won't be able to hear the corners, so I'll probably just skip those moments.
Times in the space.
What up, Mailman?
Good. And he's gotten a lot better within the past.
Long
6
time
months
no
to a
see.
year.
How you doing?
He's very good, and he's gotten a lot better within the past 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
So.
I actually don't think these fouls were necessarily bad. I've said a lot. There's no foul bonus. Bejan will only get a free throw or a turnover off this. I don't think those fouls were that bad. It's just, honestly, Day just couldn't score offensively, but he got a lot of extra possessions, and yeah, fouling on the three wasn't bad. It's only the ones where he made and ones that were bad.
Bejan all the way up now.
You know,
And this is why you want to be on balance on your pivots right here. Like the weight should, like Day should be trying to put his weight here and pushing off, but spinning off this pivot. Like he should get to the basket on this. Like right here, like you've cleared him. Just pivot, spin straight to the basket. You've got him. But he does like a half pivot, and then Bejan recovers. So now we're back into just neutral. So he passed up an opportunity there. Doesn't get downhill. I'm pretty sure.
Lays count.
Yep.
Ended up with a good drive, but
Lays
he
count.
let Bejan put a lot of pressure on him before he decided to go. I really think he might just be in his own head.
See if he can get outside of Bijan's physical.
'Cause I think he's in more control of the game than he realizes.
Start starting in the triple threat more often. You'll see that.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah,
my
get
God.
comfortable. Get comfortable.
Triple threat more often. You'll see that from him.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
get
God.
comfortable. Get comfortable.
Damn. Damn,
These
Bejan.
rims aren't as
What up,
forgiving.
Matt?
They're
They're
stiff.
pretty stiff.
They're stiff.
Did I ever watch Scoob and Nas train for TNCO1? I did not. I did not. I don't mind. Out of all the threes Day-Day's taken, that was the best one so far. That was good pace, good rhythm. That was good. Jab, shot.
Bejan going over this left wing. 6-3.
Oh, got touching him at the shoulder. They didn't being physical. Oh, travel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They didn't being physical.
Lay. Are we calling this travel? I remember seeing this in real time, and I was like, I wonder. So he pushes off his left foot. His right's his pivot foot. But I guarantee we'll see 4 or 5 more of these. Yeah, he switched his pivot foot. But they rarely call the triple threat pivot or a triple threat travel.
Okay. Lays on today.
Yeah.
What do you do there, so I
couldn't see the fan. Or
It was a travel for sure. It was definitely a travel, but I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? Because you can't do this overseas. Like lifting that pivot foot when you drive, you're not allowed to do that. You have to put the ball down first before you lift that pivot foot. So technically, it's almost always going to be a travel up top.
That's a great decision.
Front row kind of blocking my vision there.
Yeah, so I think I've said everything I needed to say, and now we'll see those same habits that Day-Day does. So I won't point them out every time, but yeah, now we'll see that habit over and over. But Jesus, man.
If you can get away with it,
Continue to do
keep
it.
doing it.
Yeah.
He gets his
this might
hand
be
in
a
there
long
every
one,
time.
fellas.
He switched his pivot. Yeah, but in the ones they do it all the time. I used to, when I first started this channel, we were really pedantic on it. We broke it down a ton. So look at what Day-Day just did. Again, with the camera angle, it'll be tough to tell, but watch Day-Day. Catches the ball. So he's gathered the ball. Day-Day has the ball right now. Jump stop. 1, 2, 3. He just took 4 steps. He just took 4 steps while gathering the ball, right? And now he's chosen his pivot. That's what I'm saying. That triple threat up top, they'd travel every time.
Get your tickets. Moon versus Keon main event. Oh, Hezo downhill.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact on that initial engagement for sure.
Is Day-Day a good defender in team setting? Has to be. Like, this is like an elite skill.
Behind the back, Hezi, good defense by Bejan.
I don't even mind all this from Day-Day. Get somewhere. Tried 2 moves, they didn't work. Now you're getting your pull up like way closer to the bucket. This is way better than those deep contested 2s. This was a good possession. Made Bejan play defense. Didn't really have like a good pickup there, but that was a good possession. Just string more of those together. But yeah, the way Day-Day plays defense, like that translates. That translates to every level. What up, E-Man?
Oh, he skated by.
Oh my!
He's kept his feet moving.
Skated by.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my Lord!
He's had a few rim out.
This is crazy. Yeah. 6-3 ball game here. Day-Day up by 3.
Good decision. Gotta make him.
Yep.
He's giving them to you.
If someone takes the 1v1 games professionally, no, because the best players can adjust. The best players will adjust. Like I said, you go overseas, the best players that go overseas, they adjust to the new rules. You adjust to where you're at and the calls and the league, and then you go to a different league the next year, you adjust. That's what basketball is. You just adjust. Some players can't adjust, though, and that's why they can only play one very specific style of basketball.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a big stretch for him.
Ironically, speaking of getting in his own head, he did mention the rims pregame. They're kind of stiff, and they really are.
Yeah.
Day-Day for
That's not a bad 3. So again, I'm not saying Day should never shoot threes, but it's like the pace, right? So imagine this scenario. Day does this little run up. Like Bejan's backing up. He can't do anything here, right? Into a shot. That's a rhythm shot. You can rep that out over and over and over. Still would like to catch on the 3-point line. That's deeper than it needs to be for no reason. But there's some, I like this. That's a good rhythm. Now imagine the next time Day catches. Shot fake, go. Shot fake, boom. Next time, jab step, go. Next time, catch and shoot. Next time, catch, jab step, go. Like you can pile these things on over and over, and you get into a rhythm too. And now Bejan's just guessing. He might jump for one eventually, and you get a dunk. And it's just like that's the pace he needs to play. If he were playing like this, I think he takes less threes, but probably ends up making more, just because you're in a rhythm and now you've got them guessing. I like that pace right there.
Off left, got a little scoring drought here. See if they can pick up.
It's good defense.
It's not about how many counters you should have. It's just your counters should play off of your move. So if they take away the move, you do the counter. And if they take away the counter, you do the move.
Day got his to go. 9-3 ball game. Oh my!
I mean, he played off the last three. Not bad. But
Bejan left
was
wing.
3 threes in a row now.
Wait. Bejan left wing. Oh, crossing over. Wait.
I don't know how he creates so much space off of like 3 tiny dribbles.
Next play.
Big pump fake by Day. Pulls it.
But like, man, it's just so much second guessing. And off kilter 3, you know, like you shouldn't have to take these when they're just playing so far off. Like Bejan's not in your shooting pocket. You should be able to just shoot like a normal 3. You could just shoot a normal one, but he shoots this one off balance. Not off balance, but you know, this is that unorthodox pickup that a lot of people do. But again, it's just not consistent if that's not something you rep out.
That's 12 threes.
That's the hot spot though for Day. Bejan has to know that.
Yeah.
That whole area over there is red. That whole area is red.
Since like,
and it's tough because it's like fool's gold. He's up 12-3.
really like where he's.
But all it takes is one Bejan run. And like I said, I'm being overly critical. I'm being overly critical of Day here. Oh, these are replays. My bad.
The way to contest Day shots a little more and make it a little bit more difficult on him offensively.
That would have been huge.
As long as
That would have been huge. But again, now like, so he went 0 for 1. So think about Day's last 5 possessions. He was 0 for 1, and then he hit one. So now he's 50%, which was good. But then he shoots another one directly after. And it was, all right, well, now you're 33%. Then he shoots another one. Okay, you're back to 50%. Good. Okay, now get downhill. And it's like, oh, he shot another one. Now you're two for 5. So it's like he's playing in this space where it's like, oh, rather than like, hey, you're 50%. Shooting 50% is really good, and it's really tough to do from 3. Don't try to go for 60% or 70%. 50% is already really good. Get downhill, right? And then you get a rhythm, then you shoot another 3. Now you have a better chance of making it. But if you're not really a shooter and you just keep shooting, the averages and the percentages are going to play out, and you're going to go back down to 30, 20%, where you would normally, you know.
As long as Bejan has that gap hand the way he does, I don't mind Day taking that shot every time. Trey ball. Bejan has that gap hand the way he does, I don't mind Day taking that shot every time.
Trey ball.
Good shot. Got it.
There he goes.
There we go. Game started now. Counter in his Bejan left hand lane.
You see the mental switch when a shooter sees a 3 go?
Absolutely.
Opens your whole game up.
Absolutely.
And now, and they're opposites, right? Bejan just needs a 3, and he can get down. He can get anything now. Day's opposite. He needs to score downhill to open up his 3, but it doesn't get to that.
Switch the rule. 12-8, just like that.
Welcome to the game, Bejan. Oh my gosh.
And this,
Oh my God.
so I said this when I did my breakdown yesterday. And I think a couple people commented because I said defense is like one of the worst skills to have as your superpower in the one-on-one space. Frank Nitti, Day-Day, think of other elite defenders, DJO, all right? It's one of the worst skills to have as your superpower because all of these guys are such tough shot makers. Even when you play great elite defense, like, I mean, he's swiping at the ball. He's got a hand on his head. He's doing everything by the book, technically. Challenges this. Bejan's falling behind the backboard, fade away, out of bounds. Like, Day-Day did everything you're supposed to do. Like, you can't defend that better. And then Bejan, nothing but net. Like, it's just like, that's what, damn, you can't rely on your you got to have an offensive, like, elite offensive game to win now.
And fellas. Uh-oh.
Dang. Yeah, Dang's another.
Back to the line for a 5th free throw of this game, I believe.
Yes.
Bejan finding his game right now. Fresh out of that timeout. 7-0 run, Cell can make it 8-0.
7-0 run, 3 and 2 twos.
Even LP, right? Because he can elite defend for like a possession, but it's like, yeah, but you get tired. It makes you tired for your offensive possession as well. There's something to like Bruce, the way Bruce defends. Instead of going all out every possession, he thinks of a full game plan of like some specific plays. I'll go all out, but most of them he's just forcing you to do like your third option. He's not trying to go all out and get steals or blocks or turnover, you know, whatever.
That's what we're seeing here. He's able to draw fouls. That's a
Golly.
quick draw. So that's what we're seeing here. He's able to draw
Look what Bejan's shooting from
because of his pickup
with the foul.
Draw. So that's what we're seeing here. He's able.
And this is the off-balance three that Bejan, when we interviewed him, said is one of his specialties, right? He's shooting from here, but that's something he reps out.
Fouls. That's why we're seeing
Bejan. He's baiting him completely.
I mean,
running the ball.
Free throws is the
11-0
halftime.
run, 12-0
Here
run.
it is. Halftime, ladies and gentlemen.
See, like that, Day-Day didn't even realize, and it was so fast, man. Like Day-Day was 1 3-pointer away from halftime. It was 12-3, and then all of a sudden, boom! It's like, damn, what just happened?
Beautiful execution.
That's crazy, man. What a phenomenal run. 12-0, fresh out of the timeout.
Yeah.
Just when we thought, okay. Yeah. Day-Day obviously still has a shot drawn foul. If not, get to the rim, especially you got that whole right side to work off of. Play basketball off that left wing. Oh, my Lord.
He's pick up so quick.
Oh, my Lord.
Thought about this the other day watching Scar. He said he needed to just take the shot. So similar to what we're watching with Day-Day here, right? When Day-Day's catching and shooting, I'm like, that's the rhythm shot. It's as good as it gets. But when he starts dribbling and like second guessing and hesitating and shot faking, then shoots the three, I'm like, that's a way different three. It's similar with Scar.
Shots there if he wants it. Pump fake.
Like that three, he makes it, but that's way different than just like Bejan's not guarding his three.
Takes it. Big shot. Tie game.
Phenomenal first game here at the Summit.
Day-Day slander agenda? Nah, we not doing that on mid-range stream. Day-Day's mid-range merchant. We'll defend Day-Day with our life.
First and 15, fellas.
Yeah.
That's like his third or fourth one.
That might come back to bite him if he keeps turning that basketball.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but it's just in conjunction with the other. I think he's taken like 5 bad ones. Those are the great ones because that's that pace. That's the pace he should play with the going downhill too. It's good. Do I think Bejan's pickups are because of no? It's just a skill. If you go look at that Carmelo video we did on our 3rd channel, that'll help you understand his pickup a little better.
Ball there. He didn't catch that ball there.
Too quick.
What you was about to say, Millie? I'm sorry.
Sometimes trying to draw that foul. Sometimes it might just be a loss of possession, and you don't get that, and you shoot a bad one or whatever the case is. But it's part of it.
Yeah. If I'm Dede, I go downhill here. Attack legs. There we go. Leg, got it.
Yeah, I think Bejan might have got a piece of this.
There we go. Leg, got it. Oh, you missed it.
I think he surprised him.
There by Dede, though.
Dede has on the sheet here that he's 5'10".
No.
So
5'11". 5'11", 6.
Counter work.
Oh my gosh.
5'11", 6.
Oh.
Counter work.
Oh my gosh.
Counter work.
He got the fall out of the way.
We were talking to Lay. So Lay jumped in Discord in between the games. He said, I did ask him if the court was slick, and he said, yeah, the court is very slick. So I was saying that in some of those TNC, the season we were reacting to, it looked slick. He was saying that court is very slick. So that's why so many people was following.
Right wing is Bejan. That's tougher. Right wing is Bejan.
Like, that's a bad shot for anyone in the world. But then when Bejan shoots it, I'm like, ooh, that might go in.
Volley.
Yeah.
So a couple of those are going to happen.
Right.
My Lord.
Bump from both fellas there.
Yeah, go downhill, make him deal with you. They'd have had the spin here if he was on balance again. But good job, kept his dribble. Yeah, make him deal with that for 30 points.
He's going to shoot this one, fellas.
It's there.
I think he goes
downhill.
right back at him again.
Oh. Yeah, that's
He's
when he
gonna shoot
carried.
this one, fellas.
He carried,
It's
but
there.
I think he goes
good job by Bejan.
right back at him again.
Kind of reading. Good pace by Dede. These last two drives by Dede, really good pace. And that three.
Trey ball, big shot here. Dede's up 17-16.
Cam and Dede versus the Twins. What was that on?
Got him again.
I mean, this is like freebies at this point.
Yeah.
It is. I'm not worried about I've spoken about this before. Again, this is going to start happening on TNC at some point, guys. It was not long after I started mentioning this, Ball is Life OTD, right? Where I said the fouling is going to, if there's no foul bonus, people are going to start taking advantage of it. We saw it with Moon. We saw it in that Jaw Wick game on Free Smoke. People will start taking advantage of it just because they haven't yet. I don't mind the fouls up top. Like, it's just not, if he misses, it's a turnover. If he makes it, it's 1 point.
Yeah.
I'm fouling every time.
Oh, rip left. Stop it.
I remember that move.
Oh, rip left. Stop it.
Yeesh.
Textbook dead leg to a
Pound
shot.
dribble.
Oh, won the hand battle.
Oh, finish.
There it is. 8 points away, fellas.
Man.
It can happen now. It can happen now.
My game of the night, I still think this one and Moon and Keon to me, because it felt like both players, both games were like really, really, really trying to win. The other ones were lacking a little bit of that, but they were still really good games.
It might happen now. It might happen now.
Shoot through he had his hand on his arm. And he just shot through it.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. And then called
I mean,
timeout.
what do you do about that?
Zoe and Boog. I feel like Zoe was doing everything in his power to win. I feel like Boog let him off the hook.
Potent.
You just spell them harder.
Grade A. Potent.
My gosh, it's special. It's special.
He just has to continue.
Yeah. I don't need.
But Beach lead and bite down and potentially get a win. But Ricky.
Fellas.
Well, see, that's where my brain's a little bit different, Chris Philly. So I am a person that notices efficiency and shooting percentages as the game is going on. That's something I'd like actively track. I can't tell you like exactly what someone shot or whatever, but I can tell like, well, okay, this is a bad shooting night. But whenever I say those things, a lot of people get offended. And then that when I show them the stats, then they're like, oh, that's what coach meant. I went through the ringer back whenever I was commentating on OTD, and Lamar Peters, you know, he had a couple games where he went off and had some loud threes, but they were like, you're saying he's shooting bad. Look at all these shots he's making. And I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying. It's the percentage is bad.
I think next position you got.
But now that we're starting to get stats with games, people can see what I was trying to say.
Bejan attacks downhill, tries to get a layup, and he's going for the home run with 3.
Right. Switch it up, hit him with a quick 3.
Oh, yeah.
I think Day-Day's done a good job defensively, though. You got to shake his hand if he's hitting these shots.
Oh.
Oh my God. Defensively, though.
Great recovery by Day-Day because Bejan had him here, got him off his feet.
Hezzy.
Great recovery. And then he got back in front and walled up. And I know what I don't have notes on. I have no notes for Day-Day's defense. No notes at all. Not a bad look, but again, just in conjunction with the bad threes, it's rough. Should I train with someone having a hand on my shoulder while you shoot? Yeah, sometimes. If you're shooting a lot of those shots, but honestly, most of you guys should be repping out what an open shot is, how to get good shots, not how to make tough shots. And that's what most people train.
Best part of the game right now.
Yeah.
Another foul.
This might be a record.
He should have
absolutely.
25. He should have 25. 25-17 right now. It should not be 23-17.
Yeah, the scoreboard was crazy this event.
Bejan.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Now this happens.
Yeah.
Momentum can switch here right around this 25 mark, 24 mark.
I think that, honestly, watching this back, Day probably could have fouled a couple more times. I know everyone's saying I'm advocating for hacking. I'm not. I just think he's playing very clean. And the only time he's really getting those fouls is on the shot, on the three-pointer. But even when on the drives, I think he could hand check a little bit more.
It's a big possession right here.
See what he goes to here. He's missed a few triple threat threes. Is he going to trust it? Jabbing.
He should have
Nobody's
been took
second
it.
guessing.
Oh.
It's a tough one. Got it.
He hits that.
Automatic.
That's definitely his most comfortable shot, the mid-range.
It's the right shot. Those are the right threes, and those are the ones he has to rep out. But it's just he's already dug a hole now.
I would say that possession.
And probably give himself a limit, like 8 threes. He should probably be shooting 8 threes, 7 to 8 a game. Again, look at Zay's games. Even his best three-point shooting games, he's just not really shooting that many.
Possession was not the sexiest. That was like.
Get it done, man.
Sweep through.
Oh!
This is one of the best
Sweep
buckets
through.
of the day. Full speed left. Golly, they were up. Both of them was up there. Look at Day. Oh my God, both of them was up there. Sheesh. Damn, that's crazy.
Jab 3, fellas, on the way.
That had punch potential.
Oh, yeah.
For a second. A 3 will do it. Can he get one off?
Talk about meeting at the summit, literally. Here we go.
Very cool.
Game
Oh, he
time.
gets it off.
Oh my God!
Bejan.
30-19 win over Day in the first game of the summer.
Wow.
Special.
Wow.
Incredible 1v1 here, man. Bejan is a special talent, man. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Special talent.
God.
Premier scorer.
Very,
Special.
very.
Bejan gets a much needed win, man. 30-19 over Day. First game of the summit, fellas. Thoughts?
He's everything that I saw him do
that we've
online.
seen online.
Like,
Right.
nothing surprised me there. He's phenomenal.
He's tough, man.
It was 12-3. Day was controlling that first quarter of the game. And since that timeout, the game flipped on his head and Bejan was off to the races. He is a premier shooter,
Yes.
premier scorer, and he can do it at I would say all 3 levels, but primarily lays and threes.
Yeah. I mean,
Go ahead, son.
this one's saying real quick, fellas. It was 12-3. It's a 27-7 run.
27.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible. Bejan, incredible win. We're going to send it to Scotty right now. See what he got to say.
All right, y'all, that's the end of that game. Bejan takes the dub over Day. 30-19. That was a big, big victory for you. Coming out here, pretty much handling business. Respect to that. Bejan, how do you feel right now?
First and foremost, shout out Day. That motherfucker more than a worthy opponent. He probably the best defensive guard I probably played, bro. So shout out to him. Shit just wasn't dropping. He had some shots I feel like shit should have dropped, but it was just my day-to-day. That's how it goes sometimes.
What was the second half adjustment that you made that started this run?
Man, the physicality, low-key, man, I had to get used to it. He was stripping me and shit. Had to get used to it. I think that's just me being first-timer coming over here, but I adjusted.
Bejan, I want you stay right here because I want to ask you a question right after. Day, that game, obviously not the outcome that you wanted. It was a battle. First half of the game was going your way, and then he opened up with a run. What are your thoughts on that? Just something you want to let them know?
I feel like I had way more than enough stops to win the game. I feel like that first half, I could have closed the game out in that first half. I missed so many easy shots, and Bejan shit woke up in the second half. He a basketball player. Shit, that's the level of one-on-one players that we want to bump against, guys who can make runs and compete at this level. He withstand the defense, and he scored even though he was fatigued at times, and I respect it. I felt like, shit, that little bell-out-ass three-pointer got him to win, but, you know, he did what he had to do. He made.
Hey, Data, you hit one too, okay? Nah, that wasn't the problem. The problem was I don't know if he knows how many threes he shot. I think if he goes back and sees the amount of threes, instantly Day would be like, yep, I'm approaching that different this time. I think he just has to realize that's a habit he has going forward.
Shots down the stretch, and that's what it's about. Good win, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We haven't got a lot of chance to work with Bejan, but
come on, Callie.
Everybody on the TNC side knows you're one of the most respectful competitors. You're going to put it all out there on the court and show max love afterwards. So I hope that we can see you back. And I just want to leave this opportunity for a Summit 02. Is there a player you want to check up with? And the bag will be there.
I mean, I'm down to play whoever, bro. So whoever won it is good.
Day, is there anybody else right now, or?
Shit, come on. You already know how we coming, bro. I just got to build back up, build up. Go knock somebody off. That's all it is. Go on another run. 5 straight. Got ended by Bejan. I'm about to go on another 5.
And let's remember, he did. It was 5 in a row, 5 wins in a row.
In no time. That's how it happened. I had him for real. Got up out of there. That's it. Good game, boy.
All right, y'all, if you're enjoying the summit so far, go to tleague.com, become a subscriber, you get it 50% off, or you can just purchase the full way to get it done. Day, huge shout out, always getting out here and competing. And sounds like you got one more thing.
Ball is like money line.
He had to get it back for the Rob one, but we'll leave it in the video this time. So go to tncleague.com, go check it out. We'll see you for the rest of
Comedy. That was a great game. Let me know what you guys thought down below. And real quick, no Bejan, no Day slander. You guys getting blocked for life. Okay. Peace. Yeah, it's just frustrating because like when I see the comments, and I'm not even telling the fans to change. Like, keep doing what y'all do. That's what fans are supposed to do. But when I see the amount of like negative comments Day gets, and I'm like, his record is so much better than he is so much better than his record reflects. So that's the only reason I get frustrated, because I want him to see the success that he definitely deserves, and it's like right there. It's like right there. So yeah, hopefully gets another 5 in a row and can take down one of the big dogs next time. But yeah, good game. Really good job by Bejan. Day versus Greg. That'd be a fun game. That'd be a fun game for sure. Bejan was not saying it was my day today. Thinking about it when he went with Day's name. Would you ever work out any of the players they asked? Yeah, I mean, yeah. You complaining about negativity, coach? Huh? What you mean? He's a gatekeeper to me. If you beat him, you have top 10 potential. If you can't, you're probably not a top guy. For sure. It's literally just that relentlessness that's holding him back. We're not supposed to feed into the comments. You doing the thing again? No, I said fans are allowed to feel how they feel. I just know from a coach or a player standpoint, it's just like it's just like how do I say this? It's like the Indiana Pacers last year. You know, the Indiana Pacers last year. Everyone's like talking about how trash they are the whole year, and then they end up making it Game 7 with the Thunder, and then they're like, oh, they're actually really good. It's like, yeah, it just, as a player, sometimes your record doesn't reflect like how good you actually are. So you have to sit there and hold that L. You just have to sit there and take what the fans are saying. But really, Day Day actually deserves a lot more compliments. He deserves a lot more praise. But to get that, you have to get wins. You have to get meaningful, big wins. And those are just the ones he's really lacking. I'm going to watch the Ball is Life, New Orleans versus Philly, and then TNC finale. Pacers made some charges later in the year, and were always really good after that. Yeah, they were good before, though. Their record just didn't reflect it, or some of their wins. You know what I mean? They were always the same team. But that is what the one-on-one scene is. It's a very "what have you done for me lately" league. I was going to talk about this, but we're not. Do that later. Let's watch. So which one do y'all want to watch first? I've got 2 Ball is Life ones. Did y'all want to watch the fans play a big role in a player's understanding that the loss is redeemable and just something to work back from? Day versus Tay. When Tay gets back. Philly versus Nola. That's the one y'all want to watch first? That was the most recent one, though, right? Longer stream today? Yeah, just because there was a lot of drama that showed up today that we wanted to cover a little bit of.
It's Toronto.
We'll watch this one. Watch in order? I thought it was, but I guess not.
Try Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9.
Oh, this was 4 days ago. Yeah, we'll watch this one first. LP. It's 2 LP games anyways. No. Didn't mean to do that.
Bum ass nigga.
Oh my gosh, internet. What are we doing? There we go. Trying to put it on my YouTube premium account so we don't get commercials. Deco, what up? How we doing? Both games are really good. Ads is crazy. Yeah, we're on premium now. What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. We are back, finally catching up with Ball is Life. This is Lamar Peters started talking his S***. I don't know what that word could be here. And things took a crazy turn. NOLA versus New Jersey.
Momentum can change everything, and New Orleans is beginning to feel it. Confidence is rising, led by Lamar, a player capable of taking over any game at any moment. But this team has proven something bigger than individual greatness. When they move together, when the entire unit is locked in, New Orleans becomes a problem for anybody. But across from them, New Jersey remains searching, still looking for that breakthrough win. Yet the talent is impossible to ignore. Trayvon Duval and Scotty, former NBA players with all the tools to become one of the most dangerous teams in battlegrounds. The skill is there, the potential is obvious, but chemistry takes time, and time isn't always on your side. One team trying to build momentum, and the other team actually finding it. New Orleans versus New Jersey.
What's up, Ballers Life family? Welcome back to the channel. This is Battleground Season 3.
That's
We're
Toronto?
coming live from the 6. We're out here in Toronto.
It's beautiful out there. Tampa 4-0, DMV 3-0, Philly 1-2, 1-2, 0-2, 0-3. All right, so we'll skip ahead. Oh, we got to talk about this week too.
In, deep water. They've been getting their butt whooped the whole time.
We'll probably do this on Wednesday.
And they're starting to find a little New Orleans. They're lost. Was able to see which.
Take a look at the. All right, let's get straight to this action. All right, let's take a look at a couple of keys of the game. We got Team New Orleans, KB with the ball. If he can get his confidence in this game, it's going to be big for Team New Orleans. Looks like they're running a bit of a set. LP attacking Ivan.
He's just trying to get Ivan. That's all that was.
I like the matchup. KB for 3. Good for him to see one go through early in this game.
Is the music still going? It's like an odd intro.
KB still almost got it to go. Black ball.
It's so bright in here. This is the Ballers Life and TNC right now are complete opposites. This gym is like the brightest thing I've ever seen, and then Summit was pitch black.
Oh, left hand.
With the left.
He was gonna dunk it too. Hey.
Even with the tough and one finish, foul on the play.
Oh,
Trayvon Duval is killing him with that hezzy.
Man, we've been talking about Schmitty, just his defense around the rim. It's so good. Like, Trey lost him here. He lost him here.
Trayvon Duval.
Smitty stayed with him and almost blocks this. But look at this hook shot. It's crazy. That's a crazy finish.
With that hezzy. Smooth layup finish.
One hand pickup, uses his left arm to like hold him off. You see how he like created space? And then again, that's finishing over the top of someone who's like elite athlete. Long wingspan.
Schmitty has struggled.
Headbutts the camera.
Anticipation. He's a shot blocker, so he's going for a lot of those shot fakes.
These games make you think Trayvon was overrated. Really? I feel like the opposite.
A lot of resumes on the good player. G League, NBA. It's kind of cool to see.
You gotta remember, a lot of these elite athletes that play college basketball, they're training every single day, multiple times a day. Weight room, multiple times on the court, going to school also, but they're doing basketball professionally for so long. A lot of them, when they're done, they're not training like they were before. So now we're getting the worst version of Trayvon Duval, and he's still really good. Like he probably rarely trains, rarely shoots, rarely works out, and he's still like this good.
KB getting downhill.
Whereas some of these other guys train and play every day, and they're like even with him. So it depends your perspective of how you're looking at it.
LP with the rock. Caught him sleeping.
This is also why the ghost screen is pretty tough to defend. So when you see people going to set this screen and they kind of fake it, it's typically just called a ghost screen. The guy that's playing defense, Mill, right? Ivan. No, it's Ivan. So Ivan thought that Lamar was going to come up and they were going to switch. And so KB just slips there. But that's why it's tough to guard, because there's like 3 or 4 things that can happen, and you have to think really quickly.
Wow. Trayvon Duval was not happy with that play. LP gets, great.
Man.
LP.
Remember when the arm battle, this person hand checking you should never hold you up. Like he's hand checking LP, and LP just like a running back keeps his feet moving. That should never be enough to keep you from getting to the bucket. So good job there. LP makes that look way too easy too.
This guy is crazy. He got so much bounce. He got to a major injury. He still got bounce.
That's a close one. D3, LP. Over to Scotty. Tray ball. And it's good.
Shoot that shit.
Well, if Trayvon Duval, if this is his off season, yeah, he's probably not training that much. This probably is his training.
Trayvon Duval working out. A couple of twins. Step back. Pull up. Gets to that midi. And one.
That's his money right there. That mid-range, he finding money right there.
When we look at his shot percentage on the season from that mid-range, he looking good. High percentage looks. Getting to his kill spots. And the mid-range is one of them.
Pass.
Great action by Team
Another
Jersey.
crazy finish.
Trayvon Duval with a back cut. Finish it. Good pass by Scotty.
That's good hands.
Poke away by KB.
They always get off the high start.
True that. Scotty. Pull up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can see why Scotty was picked up to go to play in the NBA. Like potential through the roof.
What a move by KB. Boy, he got pep in the step today.
Great move.
Gotta wonder when Lamar's gonna get going. You gotta get that if you're Ivan. Took his time getting to that ball.
KB getting active today. Pull up from the midi.
Golly. This is like the shooting percentages in this game, it's got to be like 80 or 90%.
Yeah. You know, KB was there just working on his game. And he was real disciplined.
All right, I had to ruin it.
The first day. And so we got to working out and, you know, just trying to build his confidence and keep him positive, right? Name of the game out here is just to stay positive, keep working.
Another ghost screen here. Same issue. Late switch. So the one thing I want to teach you guys, I call it winning your spot. So meaning like there's a technical way. There's a technical way to defend a pick and roll. There's a technical way to defend once someone catches in the post. There's a technical way to do all these things. And typically trainers or coaches or people that are wanting help will ask, how do you defend that situation? And I will always say it's better to not get caught in that situation. So one thing KB can do here, like he sees that Trayvon's going to set a screen, like you can actually just stand here and not let him screen. So now Trey has to move further out to set that screen. Now LP can just go under, right? If he wants to, or he has to go under, he has to back cut and go this way. Now, do we think Scotty Lewis can make this lob to Trey Duval with a defender there? Probably not. Not with his, throwing it with his left hand. Probably not. So I always call it win your spot. Actually, just don't let him go set the screen, right? And you can blow up a lot of these actions. But most players, I say this a lot, they're passengers, and this is not a KB thing. We've seen this action happen 4 or 5 times, and they're like, we'll let them set the screen, and then we'll deal with it after. But you can actually just like win your spot. Just don't let him set a screen. Like be that guy that blows up defenses. Be that guy that blows up actions and plays. Don't let them do the thing. That's like the most effective way to defend.
For the game out here is just to stay positive, keep working.
Trayvon Duval with his move, slam dunk, off of the nice dime from Scotty Lewis.
I like what I'm seeing from Jersey.
Yeah, it's a different team we're seeing right now. Ivan. Whoa.
Oh, I got those same socks. I was wearing those yesterday. Who's my tallest teammate? I played with a few, like, probably 7'3".
There you go. Gets one to go.
7'3" was probably the tallest.
He sustained that for a whole game, though. Great shot, great look.
Dangerous. He goes for another one.
Not a high percentage one, though.
KB with the clear. Over to Schmitty. Schmitty gets to that midi. No good.
Defense.
Scotty Lewis with the clear.
Swing it.
He just saw one thing. Now Scotty Lewis with the
It's
clear.
a crazy finish.
He just He just saw one thing, and that was the basket.
And he got it. He got to it.
Baltimore don't got any players.
Trayvon Duval said, "Let's."
No, the 7'3" guy I played with was not good. He was just 7'3". And he's had to finish back with with his right hand both times. Said he gets up every morning at 6 a.m. to train. What?
4 points since it in the halftime. I think Matt over there got a clip that he about to post.
Even. Schmitty. That's that pull up.
He likes that shot.
Nice little step back.
Into a spot.
Wide open for Schmitty.
Yeah, Baller's Life 3-on-3s are just so different. They're just so much better to watch.
That's good defense.
Oh.
Scotty Lewis, get on that rim.
Oh, good drive.
Scotty kind of killing this game. Swift added a matchup wish list. I'll check it out. I was pissed at that big man. I was mad because there was just some stuff, like he wouldn't do basic stuff. And teams would leave him open on purpose to make him like, they'd be like, leave him open, he can't shoot. And then his confidence would fall through the floor. And I'm like, dude, just throw it at the backboard and go get it. Like, who cares? He just had no confidence. But I've played with quite a few 7-footers. He was just, the tallest one was the worst one.
Great action, man.
Obviously, because if he was 7'3", he'd be in the league if he was any good. Scotty kind of killing it this game.
Good right now, going into what is it, going to halftime? 24-16, looks like on the scoreboard.
This is a completely different.
This isn't a completely different New Jersey team. This is what they did last time. They looked really good for a half.
Good pass. Trayvon Duval. Even can't get it to go.
Good tip.
Shoot it.
Bodies on the floor. Trayvon Duval looking to get somebody outside.
Everybody just falling down.
Even working from the left wing, taking his time against KB.
I know the balls in you.
Hey, Bino really does talk trash at every event for the entire event. It's the greatest thing ever.
He's holding him again. Looking to back him down. KB on the defense. Great pass. Great cut.
Halftime.
Is New Jersey gonna get their first win is the big question.
It's looking like it. The way they're playing basketball, it looks like a completely different team. That
6 for 9, 4 for 5. Yeah, their shooting percentage is pretty damn good.
we've seen all season.
Oh, it's Ivan. I thought it was Ivan.
They haven't been able to find their footing, weren't getting into good action, but now we have Trayvon Duval.
Yeah, both teams shooting over 50%.
Right where they need to go, where they need to be, making the right passes, right on time, and he's scoring the ball very well in this game.
Remember, one critique I've had of this series is like the commentators and the timeout and their timeout. We have a triple timeout.
Don't get too fucking much. Go play basketball. Yep. You nice, nigga. Go hoop. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You getting stops. Go do what you gotta do, bro. Our sets is working. We flowing out that shit. So we had 3 turnovers, not forced by them. All great looks. Feel me?
Sure. Yeah. The second you start second guessing on offense, we not going to give you the ball, and they're not going to guard you because you're thinking about, you feel me? It's basketball. Just yes. We're here for a reason. If you're sure, exactly. If you're sure, just be sure about every decision you make. Come on. We're here for a reason. Come out of here.
Now we talking the screen, it's the bottom man. The bottom man got to stay under the screen. That nigga, you know what I'm saying? That nigga not standing attached. He just passing them off, nigga.
You can't pass off unless it's contact. But these, make sure it's contact first before you switch off. If not, you just stay on. All right? Y'all niggas be here before.
Yeah, Bejan always a coach. He'll make a good coach when he's done hooping. In heaven right now. I'm telling y'all, this is the brightest gym I've ever seen in my life.
Chase him around there.
Trayvon Duval.
Oh, that's a big shot to start the half off. Gotta hurt.
Tricky Trey with the tray.
And Lamar, you know, he brought Smitty on to play defense. They dropped Reese from the last series and added Smitty, and you know, he felt like it would be a difference maker, but we just need to see them pick it up. We know the potential. Trayvon handling that rock. Stares down Lamar Peters right in the face, gets the foul, going to the line.
Wow, what a game we've been seeing from Trayvon Duval, rising to the challenge. He's
sometimes competition brings the best of him.
Oh, he owned that today. He owned that today. 14-point lead right now.
Ooh, throw the lob. That's the second time that's happened to him. Throw that to the rim.
Still would have been hard to go up from there, right?
It would have been very hard, but the type of
Trying
athlete,
to thread the needle.
yeah, the type of athlete Scotty is,
Right.
you got to give him a chance. They haven't given him a chance on those back cuts all season long. I really would like to see him throw an oop to Scott back cuts all.
Bro, Scotty Lewis is dominating this game. This might be the best I've seen. Actually, no, you guys told me the reason everyone had him so high on their list is how good he was in team settings. He's the MVP of this game. Well, I guess Duval, they're just playing well together, man.
We calling shit.
He's talking trash to the ref. Oh, don't fake it.
Ooh, he was about to go get that dunk. How many times have we seen that?
Great hands by Scotty Lewis right there. Oh, Smitty with the hands. Get on that.
Oh, that's bad. Get up.
Challenging.
Tricky
everything.
Trey, working from the corner off the clear. Working against LP, Lamar Peters. Great
block.
defense. Great defense. LP gets on the board in the second half.
Good patience.
I got you, Chris. I saw your email this morning, but that video didn't go out yet, right? That video didn't go out, right? I can. And I don't even know why it did, Christopher. It might have been autocomplete or something when I was uploading the video. Boom. Done. I saw your email today. My bad.
Good block by Lamar. Maybe that's what it'll take. What'll it take to get him going? Let's see.
LP now gets to that pull-up jumper. Uh-oh. Is it that time? Down 11 points. Can LP will his team back into this game?
Bro.
Hard off the glass. Back on the inside.
Good move. Hey, he hooping this game too. They're actually just playing well together. But yeah, I'm commentating at the OTD Elite event.
Or solid on defense. He's too aggressive.
Mid-range.
Even makes it count.
We still got to see a new video that you just dropped. You've been on your grind.
Maybe one.
Trayvon Duval with the rock. Gets to a spin. Great move.
Good defense. I mean, he was grabbing him. That I would probably do the same. If I'm Smitty here and I'm playing this long on defense, I'd probably foul too. This is good defensive possession.
Duval with the rock.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, if you take 10 dribbles against me, I'm definitely fouling.
He brought out some moves right there. Smitty stayed down for the most part, though.
You know about the hand battle?
What a move by Trayvon Duval. He's getting active right now.
Pass the ball. Pass the ball. It's 30
Great showing right now from Trayvon Duval in this game. Improving grounds, he was getting buckets. This season in Battlegrounds, his team has struggled, but good to see him working out right now in this game against.
He got to have like a dub at least, right?
Yeah.
Could be wrong. I think he does.
That's facts.
But it's pretty solid defense. Right, he did.
Bro, he's so fast.
Right, he did.
He just went. He just goed.
LP getting downhill, gets the easy layup. Jumper, no good. Even. Rebound. Out for the clear. Working against Schmitty. Scotty over here with the screen. Even.
Oh, he got that
one. Is good.
He hurt. He hurt right now.
LP is disgusted after that three-point shot.
Wake the fuck up!
Even finally got 3 to go. He was struggling from out there, but I like his aggressiveness. I like that he's
Jersey. Von.
Is game to 50? I can't remember. I always forget. I'll be watching so much basketball.
It's just so slow, man. You gotta just know, like, let them dance. Yeah. And when they shoot, you gotta blow it up. Come on, block it.
Instead of all that reaction,
Oh, yeah. When he go up, it's just so slow. You got time to really get
Man, keep getting.
It's so bright in that gym.
Stops. Hell yeah. And rebound. Keep rebounding that bitch. Good shit.
They cannot guard you one-on-one.
Hey, on some real shit.
I never guard you one-on-one.
On some real shit, 3s is more than 2s. So if you got to choose, you feel me? Let a nigga get a free layup or foul it.
Yeah.
But no open 3s.
Yeah, no, run everybody off the line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody off the line, we can X out after that.
Yo, so he ain't do this, right?
He did, but guess what? That shit not coming back no more.
All right.
Fuck it.
I'm about to go do the same shit.
Hell
I better
yeah.
not get it.
Worst thing that's gonna happen is a foul.
I better not get it. I'm about to go do the same shit.
He didn't. Actually, that was pretty clean. That was pretty good. Is that what Trey Duval's saying?
He bumped.
No, I'm
you gotta
waiting.
understand, when a big man bump, when a guard bump, it's always here.
For sure.
So you can always.
Yeah, this what Trey Duval is saying right now is right. That Scotty thinks he got pushed off. That was just good ass move by Lamar.
He did that shit all week. He did this. He had to do this.
Don't settle. Because I'm
I've been there.
No more.
They're not giving you that, man. They're not giving you
Getting
that.
out of this timeout and straight back
Are
to
they
the
triples?
action.
Oh, no. I thought they were doing the Spain pick and roll. He'll block it. You got to be careful.
Even against LP. Scoop layup, no good.
Good hustle by KB.
Great job, KB. Over to the clear. Schmitty. Working out. Pull up, Trey ball. Nothing. KB.
Oh.
Great footwork down there by KB.
Faked me out.
Gets the tough finish to go. They're going to need a lot more from KB in this second half if they're going to get back into this game.
All right, got the switch. See if he can operate.
Like what he see. Get to the right hand. Turn around.
Oh.
A good bump again. Another turnaround. Left it short. Even against Schmitty.
He's about to go body him. No, he said in the timeout he was going to go to basket and body him, but he didn't. He shot the 3, I guess. Tough one. Tough one.
There we go. Schmitty working left wing. Get downhill.
Good
Easy
move.
play.
10-point game.
Schmitty looked like he's hurting a little bit.
They're making it very clear who they're going to go after.
Way ball.
Smitty waking up.
Great time.
Yeah, don't let him get going. Damn, it's a good game.
The ankle injury. He twisted his ankle earlier in the game.
Yeah. Shoot a fadeaway, shot a first fade. You get to a point where I'm rebounding. I'm strong now.
Yeah,
You shot a fadeaway again.
He didn't even have to fade.
You got the rebound, trying to power up now. Maybe call a foul or finish it. 2 fadeaways in a row is crazy.
I got you.
These niggas is not that good.
I got you.
We say LP out the game. The game's over with. We cannot let these 2-point niggas beat us.
It's the other niggas. Yeah.
Like, that's it. Second chance shots.
He just said we took LP out the game. Now we can't let the others go. It's like, yeah. You got to stop all three.
You know what I'm saying?
The game is, it's nowhere near over. Like, we just got past halfway.
Let's cut to 40. Let's get to 40 right here. Get to stop. Get to 40 right now. Then we got 10 more away. We good. Quarter beating you straight line drive. Drop your hips off your back.
Yeah, we got BNC scoring right now. They not even scoring. I'm saying your supporting cast scoring, bro.
Shit, I got 30. Yeah, it's about 10 to 10. All us got like 10. 12, 10, 8.
Trayvon Duval taking on the challenge guard LP. Screen by KB. We like what he see. Spin. Pull
Good
up.
hand up there, but good shot.
Yeah.
Good defense, but better offense is always going to win that game.
You might as well just stay on Lamar because you're going to try to hit the switch anyway.
Good defense.
LP, he on the heater right now. I told you, you got to watch out right now. LP is starting to get going. Only a 2-point ball.
That's good
game
defense,
right
man. I don't know what to say.
He's going to do the switch again.
I don't know what to say.
He's going to set a hard screen. Triple switch. There we go, Scotty's high IQ. Go under. There you go. Great job by Team Jersey.
Good adjustment there.
Oh, donkey.
Good poke away.
In the real game, you can't do it.
That's good deep. That's 2 good defensive possessions in a row.
And then Trey Ball went under.
Bad pass.
Aaron pass over there by Schmitty. Even with the rock. Over to Scotty.
There's so many actions happening this game.
Scotty going hard.
So much off-ball movement. It's very good.
Looking to work out. He about to get to that pull-up. You already know what's up.
4-point lead.
Donnie Scotty.
Anybody's game at this point. Split action coming. Nothing happening.
Tricky
Handoff.
Trey with a tray.
Ooh.
Let's go. Close out.
Get out there.
Wide open off the clear. No good.
The worst shot you could have shot right there.
Lamar Peters is such a good shot blocker. Like he's
Good pass.
blocking jumpers. And he just sells it. KB for 3.
That's a big swing. Miss a layup and give up a 3.
Come on, man. You do that.
Why you going back? Fuck.
Scotty Lewis with a swat. Just threw that out of bounds.
Come on.
Good defense by Scotty.
Smitty is laboring that ankle, man. There he goes. Oh, good hand.
Great defense by Trayvon Duval. I've never seen anybody do that.
Against Lamar, I've never seen it. Trayvon Duval, he's a real defender. Going up in the step back.
Shot. Not today.
Way to get to 2.
Oh, he had the layup.
KB over to LP. Nothing. KB again.
Out there, man.
Shout out to KB for making that play happen.
Good hustle there. Damn, New Jersey did this last game we watched. They started off so hot.
We got a timeout on the play right now.
Bum ass nigga. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you now.
Look at
Damn, they did this last game too. They started off so hot and then, damn.
What we doing? LP or Rob? Fuck we doing? LP showed up now. What's up?
You can just watch
What's
these
up?
niggas. And then when they move, you move. You move.
What's up? What's up? LP or Rob?
LP against Scotty.
Who fouled him?
On the floor. Scotty just hugging him.
He hit the ball and then I hit the ball first. I hit the ball first. Shut up.
Man, what does New Jersey need to go to here?
Games ever.
Okay.
Chat, I hope y'all are enjoying this at home. Drop a comment. Who you think is going to pull this one off? We got a 1-point ball game right now. New Jersey, New Orleans, Battleground Season 3.
Is it fatigue?
40-40. Even with the ball up top. Ball's going to Trayvon Duval with Lamar staring him down. Can he get a bucket off? One of the best shot blockers in the game. Almost gets one there. Scotty with the follow. Going right back up. Can he get it to go? Hell no.
Damn.
But he goes.
Hey, Scotty's balling. This is the best I've seen him play.
Scotty felt like he was owed that foul call. You can hear D-Bones on the sideline saying, Scotty, you're so pro. That's a pro foul call, though.
Nah, he's like you said, he's an amazing athlete.
Makes it count. Great matchup we have here right now. New Orleans, New Jersey. Great defense by KB to cause the turnover.
Sure was.
New Orleans caught.
They didn't know. They thought it was their ball still.
Sleeping.
Not like this, New Jersey. Not like this.
Scotty's got to come off a little bit.
Not like this.
It's interesting because Trayvon was saying help over here. Wow.
Golly.
LP.
They're just not ready.
Them off right now.
It's just spiraling.
A three here can win it. LP on the attack. Pull up three. No good.
Good hustle.
Trayvon Duval.
He don't want to throw it in the post.
Inside to Eben. Lamar is a brick wall down there. Eben gets him up.
That had to have been a foul.
Ain't good.
That had to have been a foul right there.
Good concentration by Eben, because there definitely could have been a foul call there. Team New Orleans is up. Team New Jersey looking to make a play here. Tricky. Over to Eben.
Oh!
Tricky. Over to Eben.
He came and got that.
KB saved the day. Now, gotta be careful of a three-pointer here.
Scotty Lewis and LP step back. LP for three. No good.
KB, you getting all these rebounds now?
Foul on.
Why are so many people laying on the ground?
Foul on Black?
Yeah, foul on Eben.
Okay.
Eben's he was grabbing after he fell.
No, I went for the ball, bro. Yeah, I thought both parties was going for the ball.
Not a sight you want to see here.
Oh.
Scotty Lewis on the ground right now.
They showing the replays of. Is that the thumbnail? Everyone just laying on the ground?
By any, muck it up. Don't let Lamar just shoot an easy three. Gotta play up. He will shoot this.
Ball game. Big
What
shot
a
by
big
Smitty.
shot. That one's gotta hurt.
He hit some snow angels after the play. What a game we had. Team New Orleans. Team New
7 for 13, 6 for. That was a super efficient game. The shooting percentages were crazy that game. LP was shot the worst on their team. He was 8 for 18. That's like real game stats.
Jersey, LP down the stretch was very big for his team. Hate to see it for Trayvon.
4 of 11, 7 for 14, 5 for 7. Yeah, played really well. That was a good game.
End up getting.
It just sucks that New Jersey is like, just can't get a
All right,
win.
Smitty, I'm gonna start off with you, man. I saw you laboring. You know, it looked like you turned your ankle and got a really big shot to go at the end of that game. How you feeling right now?
I feel good, man. You know, I had a game this morning. I started slow. I didn't stretch a lot, so I was slow. So, you know, KB, you know, my mindset was, I was just pissed off. So my whole mindset was to get back, shake up, let people know that's not me from this morning. So I just had to show people who I really am.
Whispering into the microphone.
And KB, you did a little bit of everything. You know, we were in the gym tonight, or last night, you were talking about how you just weren't happy with your performance. How you feeling after today?
I feel good after today. I let my team down last game, so I just wanted to come in and pick it up. You know, that loss on me from last game is not on them. So I'm gonna take accountability. I got in the gym with you, and we were just breaking down my mechanics and my shots. And I noticed I was off balance a lot. I felt like I could have hit a lot more shots last game, but my balance wasn't there. And me and you worked on it countless times. And today I just came in and just wanted to just focus on the fundamentals of everything. So
got that flyby to go.
Yeah, definitely. We worked on that last night too. And that back pedal 3, everything I did today, we worked on last night. So appreciate you, bro. For
All
real.
good. Lamar, slow start, went crazy after that. We were saying the whole time that you gotta watch Lamar. But what I noticed is you just trusting your teammates.
Yeah, I know who I'm playing with, bro. Some high-level ball players, so it's like I'm never too big, like never bigger than the program. Trusting your teammates, letting them get their confidence going, and also always knowing, like I know I'm gonna step in and make plays. So if they gonna make those plays and keep doing it, to make the game way easier. I ain't gotta press to where I gotta just keep trying to force to where I'm looking bad, just taking terrible shots. So my teammate made it easy for me. KB is relentless on the offensive glass. Like we miss a lot of shots, KB get the offensive rebound. Smitty come help side, get blocked. So it's a lot of stuff that might not show up on the stat sheet that they was doing to help me, and I was just able to pick it up the second half and kept telling them, man, basketball, they gonna make their run, Eventually, we gonna make out. We made it out. We just couldn't look back.
Team New Orleans.
Yeah. Good game. It was a really good game. Again, New Jersey just can't hold on, but let me know what you guys thought down below. Damn, New Jersey. They're like right there. they're like right there. They just can't end the games, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what it is. But yeah, maybe I think there's like one more of their games we got to watch. King of Hoops, thank you for the $2. Do you think eventually everything will be live? I don't think that. I think there's value in live events, but I also think there's a lot of value in pre-recorded games too. Sometimes I don't want to watch a live event. It's similar to like WNBA or NBA. Sometimes I just want to watch the game in my own time. So if the live event is going to be not as crisp or whatever, I would prefer watch it as a recorded game. Maybe if it does get to that level of production where everything, because we just watched the TNC Summit, right? The live, even Judgment Day, like the edited videos still look more crisp. They still look a little bit better. They edit out the timeouts. You can edit out, certain dead air, stuff like that. The audio was like coming in and out of like we didn't hear the player timeouts in the summit, but they'll probably edit that in whenever they get the video. So there's still some aspects that are better edited that you just can't get in a live. And then there's some aspects that are better live. So I don't think everything will be live. Dev training players up. I mean, that's what he does. Okay, well, you just hate waiting. I agree. I mean, how do I put this? So there's some games that are better live so that we know the result. Like when there's a game where it really matters what the result is, I think it's better when it's live because we want to all know at the same time. But I think there's a world where the editing and the recording gets put out a little bit earlier or all at the same time, to where it doesn't feel like we're missing out or having to wait a really long time. Okay. Chat. We may end there. We may end there for today because we do have, what do we have? Oh, we got through 2 games today, which is good. So I wanted to at least get through 2 games, but then we also had the Rob stuff, the Rob and TMC stuff pop up that was unexpected. So we got to talk about that. But yeah, we may end there for today. Like a tape delay or next day. Yeah, maybe something like that. Maybe, but I still think, like, again, we look at like this. Oh no, that's not. This the summit for example, I'm only pulling this up because we just watched it. But like this this isn't as crisp as what their edited version will be, right? Because it's live. It's almost always going to be that way. Judgment Day. We watched the Judgment Day stream. And again, it looks really good, really nice, especially for a live event. But when you watch the edited version, it's just a little bit more crisp. So I just think there's always going to be stuff like this where it's like sometimes I want to watch it live, sometimes I want to watch it edited and crisp. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Nolan Philly is really good. Yeah, we'll watch that tomorrow. We'll watch it tomorrow. Again, we are never going to run out of basketball, and I'm never going to catch up. I'm never going to catch up. It's always going to be more and more basketball. So yeah, we'll watch tomorrow. We'll watch tomorrow and try to get through more content. Hopefully Rob doesn't go live, because when he goes live, the world stops. When Rob goes live, the world stops. So delayed our stream today. But yeah, you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow. And again, anything you guys want to watch, send through. Hop in the Discord if you want, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I can stream a little bit earlier tomorrow. I slept in and I just had a super slow morning. So I might try to go live a little bit earlier tomorrow. Also, we streamed yesterday. That's why I didn't feel like jumping on super early. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow.